That's true.
He's smart.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Where's the girls' dorm?
Where's the girls' door?
That's the only time I can say that in a socially acceptable manner, playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, it still sounds weird.
Yep. Still sounds weird.
Yep.
Cheers.
You sound different today, John.
I am on a new computer. And so I'm plugged. My microphone is plugged directly into the computer rather than into my phone. Is it better, worse, different?
Better.
Better.
Much
Okay.
clearer.
Yes.
No.
It's just
Well,
different.
everything
So
is just great now.
you sound like slightly
Everything.
sick.
Yeah, it's like, who's this person I'm playing with?
Yeah, he does.
My
He
nose
does
is
kind of sound sick, doesn't he?
Kinda.
Yeah, I hear
Like
it.
it makes you sound a little
Like you're
more nasal.
stuffy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a matter of changing up some mic settings.
One sec. My camping coffee is ready.
Your camping
Or-
coffee?
settings.
Are you camping?
Noise suppression. Should I turn it on?
Noise suppression is usually wants to
off.
be on, but it will. If you try to make weird little sounds, it doesn't recognize. It doesn't like to recognize them sometimes.
That's true.
Okay, I'll keep noise suppression on for now.
Oh God! And considering Solitude's voice is nothing but weird little sounds, I would not recommend.
No, we shall have I switched into my other accent there. Okay. Different. Hello.
Hi.
Pretty tongs.
Today is the 29th.
The 29th.
Yes.
So I think where we last left off, you guys had taken a rest here at the Dwarven Keep,
I'm back.
with mind to head out in the direction of Zolanberg for the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah. That sounds right. Although I think we were going to make sure the merchant was brought back unexiled, I think.
And try to make some arrangements for these salamanders with the dwarves.
Yeah, I got some shit to do.
Yeah, I got people to talk to about things. Gotta talk to a man about a lizard.
Gotta see a man about a horse.
Talk to 'em, yeah.
And when are we talking to our crafting guy?
Well,
And
that
no,
is-
I am the man to see about the horse.
It's true. But I think the crafting guy is the merchant that was exiled.
This is so.
Token looks so cool now.
Yeah, his
Okay.
name is Gilgis. I think someone was name searching out there for the merchant.
Cody, what are you doing?
Oh no, you. Yours on top of mine, and you just kind of stuck.
I did? Oh, I
Yes.
thought I just put him in the hallway. Oops.
Yeah, you did. Right on top of my character.
Oh, oops.
You almost did it again. Stop.
Wait, oh, I was. I'm here now.
Steve, you asked what camping coffee was, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was just coffee you used while camping or if it was something specific.
Oh no, it's just because it's intense.
What? Oh my god.
He got you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see myself out.
No, he let him find the door. He knows where it is.
Me and the door are old friends.
Me and the door, we go way back.
Hello, door, my old friend.
And playing with these minis is way too fun.
I wanna
We
say-
neurodivergents should never be allowed around minis.
I want to say past your guys' long rest here too. It's probably like very very early in the morning. You guys are up early to start your deeds and journeys as early as possible. So for all intents and purposes, we'll say it's 4:30 a.m. Still dark outside even.
Oh damn. I'll wake up, do some stretches, make sure my
everybody here?
computer is all good.
Yeah.
Start poking everyone awake.
At this point, Lyran's been up for like 4 hours already. Things.
Good morning.
Yeah, I suppose I would be here now.
Did you not rest well, Bell say?
Actually, that might have been some of the best rest I've had in a long time. I slept like a babe. And truly, if you were in the room with him, he would have laid down basically face first and never moved.
Jesus. As someone who flips over 6 times during the night and rolls over and wakes up and goes back to sleep, I can honestly say that I am envious.
Is this Rock or you?
Me.
Oh, me too. Steve is super jealous of this lucky jerk. I'd love that. But no, he actually looks pretty well rested.
Rock sleeps with one eye open.
Oh, he's one of those?
Oh yeah. Straight paranoia all day.
Solitude busts out of the ladies' dorm. Goes to the guy's dorm. Locks on the door. Arashi. Arashi.
Solitude
as you pass, you see just a completely stoic Bluey just standing there, not moving at all.
Also, this is a very small room, so Rock answers the door.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say.
Yes, Solitude. What is it you seek so early in the morning?
Where's Rock? Is he in here?
Yes, we're all in here.
Shit.
It's the
Oh,
men's.
no,
Your token is just
no,
not in there, so he was.
Oh,
Never mind.
You confused
Oh.
him. That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair.
Solitude leaves again in a huff.
it,
It wasn't fair. That is cool.
Bonjour, Monsieur Bluey. I have a question for you.
What is it, Solitude?
So you said that you could pass communications on with the new Sire camp.
Yes.
How does that work exactly? It's if I were to give you a communication, you could pass it to this robot creature there, and then it gets where it needs to go from him.
Your understanding of this is precise, Solitude.
Is there a way to ensure the privacy of these messages, perhaps, or does it become a bit of a public domain, so to speak?
Each message is encrypted in standard TLS 3.0 Warforged standard encryption.
Well, that sounds nice.
It is.
Bluey, I have a request for you, and she reaches into her robe inside pocket and pulls out a dark leather bound ancient looking book with silvery pages. She opens up, flips to 3 or 4 pages in. If you place your name here on this page, I can send the communications to you anywhere in the world. And then they can be passed on to New Sire and wherever from there. Figured it would be a good way to keep tabs on what is going on with Prince Orgev and whatnot. Would you be interested in being my correspondence companion, so to speak?
He looks at you slightly confused.
Here, I'll show you how it works. Please so put your name right here, and then I'll go down the hallway real quick.
He looks at you again confused. Writing
Here's
my
the
mark is
pen.
not in my protocol. I was never trained to read and write, you see.
Oh, well, that's all right. It doesn't have to be like a name per se. It just has to be your mark. So, it's a better late than never to have a signature, I suppose. Here, just what do you want it to look like? I hand him my amethyst pen.
He takes it from you, carefully at first.
Careful.
And before he makes the first marking on the paper, you can see that he cautiously retracts the tip of the pen 3 or 4 times before doing so. When he's finally confident enough to make his first mark, he begins working like an artist for about 5 minutes. What he hands back to you, John, is a perfectly drawn image of his head.
That is a really good signature. It's a little literal, but hey, that'll work. Okay, so now watch this, and I'll go walk down here, bust out the pen, and I will write in the page. Bonjour, Monsieur Bluey! Exclamation point. And he will hear in his head, Bonjour, Mr. Bluey! Monsieur Bluey!
That is rather unsettling, Monsieur Solitude.
It is a little strange, I agree, but if you are interested, now I can keep the group in communication with the Prince and the other groups at a new sire. So are we good then? I have a lot to do this morning, so scribbles. Bye. In the book. And trots off down the hallway. I'm gonna go see the wizard guy. Starts with the D. Draylin. Someone else go.
I would assume the. Excuse me. Wow.
That's a lot to assume.
Yeah, I thought so. But yeah, I'm asking for a lot, but it's what I do. The craft dwarf. Holy crap. Whew. Anyway, the merchant craftsman dwarf is back. I would assume, correct? Having sent for him the day before.
Yeah. After it, you know what? Honestly, I completely forgot you had sent for him. At this point, I would say he's probably back.
Okay. I would actually like to search him out. I would
What's
probably.
His name again?
What's up?
Gilgus.
What's his name again?
Gilgus. I'd probably search for him in the forge area, since I assume that's where he would be, but I don't know. Sure enough, there he is. Wow. There the whole time. And I'd like to approach him, and in Belsay's usual sleepy smile, it just kind of says, Gilgis, so you've made it back, then?
I, my fellow dwarves have allowed me refuge in the halls while the attack was occurring, of course. Not sure how long my welcome will be.
Well, as was agreed with the commander, your exile was revoked as a part of our agreement for not only opening the mithril anvil to use once more, but also in the getting rid of the giant. I couldn't think of the word. So you
Really?
should.
You think the commander will agree to such things? He's already said that this is so?
Why, yes, that was a non-negotiable part of our conversation prior to performing the tasks that he requested.
Gilgis claps his hands together, rushing over to another dwarf who's standing nearby, claps his hand on his shoulder. This dwarf is like clearly working on something and looks surprised at Gilgis's response to this news, and also doesn't have the same enthusiasm as Gilgis has. But Gilgis turns back to you, laughing, smiling. Well then, let us make for the forge now. It's been far too long since this hammer of mine has had some work. Picks up a smithing hammer.
Why, yes, that would be most fantastic. And I do actually have a special request that you might find interesting, as I have some rather interesting materials to work with. But before that, I believe my companions may also have some requests of their own. Perhaps we should find all of them so that they may make their requests as well, if it would please.
More than happy.
All right. Then follow me, and we will round up those rapscallions. And I just realized I've been standing in this river of water lava this whole time. Oops.
He's a rather resilient fellow, that one.
Walks out, and his boots are burned off, and feet are black now. It's fine.
Keeping fire resistant.
Yes. Ow. Ow. It worked so well. Ow. Ow.
But so good.
Oh yeah. Oops. Yes, Gilgis, could you make me more new feet, please? As mine are now gone.
It seems only fair.
I believe Bluey won't be missing his.
Rob the Warforged feet.
Oh yeah.
Personally, I think Bluey's become rather attached to his feet.
Well, in one more level, you can get a feat. Thank you, Malcolm.
My
There's
special
been worse.
request. My
There's
special
been
request to
worse.
Gilgas is to have him kill Rock.
Kill Rock? Well,
It might be a tough one.
you would have me kill one of your companions?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
all we need is some paper.
God, death.
All right, I quit.
No.
I don't like D&D anymore.
Solitude
Sorry, y'all.
begins solo play. She just leads.
Good, I'll give you that one.
Oh, that was really good. Damn it.
No, it wasn't. It was bad.
That's why it was good. Anyway, I'm gonna round up my quote-unquote friends.
Solitude's gonna knock on the door.
Oh, no.
Solitude knocks on the door of Draylon. Excusez-moi, Monsieur Draylon. Est-ce que vous available for a quick discussion?
Who is it? Who is it?
Uh,
I'm not dressed.
It is a solitude. I will give you a moment to get a descent.
Oh, well, come in then.
My gosh.
Slowly opens the door, giving him enough time, hopefully. Dirty, thinking in her head, dirty old man.
You see what's left of a few spry and springy looking gray silvery hairs from Draylon's chest as he covers himself up with his robe.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not. I've not gotten much of a chance to talk with you. I just wanted to say hello and thank you for les assistants these last few days. And especially for your offer to provide us with your wisdom and counsel. It was the most generous of you.
No matter, no matter. It is the least I can do. You help me. After all.
Yes, I was thinking it may be difficult at times to get into contact with you once we leave this establishment. But I have just come across a bit of an item of magical powers and properties that may aid us in our communications going forward. It is this book right here. It is, when she pulls it out, it allows me to write a sentence or two, and it's to be heard from your ears and your mind anywhere in these planes. It has to be a short message, only 20, 25 words or so, but I figure perhaps you would let me use this book to communicate with you and take you up on your offer of dispensation of wisdom and wit.
Curious this book is. Let me see it, may I?
She hands it to him gently. It's completely blank right now.
Clever. Hidden to whoever would look. Eyes that would be prying, I see. Well, very well. I suppose this isn't
Exactement.
approved by House Leander, is it?
No, I do not believe that House Leander is in approval of this. But
Well,
what they do not know will not hurt them, will it?
that makes me like it even more.
So all that you have to do is place your name right here on this page, and then watch. I will show you a demonstration, and then I go through the whole thing. I'm not gonna belabor it.
He quickly scrawls out his name into the book.
Okay, and she says, writes, "Thank you, Jalen," with a XOXO afterwards, which comes across. Oh, shit! How do you say thank you in French? Fuck.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Draylon. So it comes across in his head.
You see color flush to Draylon's cheeks, and you leave him speechless.
Now, Draylon, I know that you are a very smart individual, and I do not want to abuse this. I could see a situation where we are constantly asking you questions and are becoming a bit of a, how do you say, annoyance. Do you have any restrictions you wish to put on how many times I speak with you on a day or what have you? Or is it okay? We just kind of take it day by day and see how it goes? I
Oh,
hope to not bother you too much, but you never know, as they say in Faerun.
oh no, by all means, contact me as you need to, but don't let anybody in House Civis find that book. Telling you, it will be a problem for you.
So House Leander and House Sibis, both not fans of such methods of communication?
Oh, House Surrender may find you to be in violation of some of their laws. Civis, Civis, if they find a book like this, they'll have you locked up for sure. And most
How do you
likely
spell
seek to
Sibis?
copyright your materials here. Sivis.
Sibis, okay. Okay. Well, that is, you are already chock full of helpful information. Merci for the assistance, and I should get going. I believe I need to get back to my companions.
Madam, information is all I have. And he bows to you humbly.
Oh, you sell yourself short. You are quite a powerful spellcaster as well, and quite handsome as well. And she turns on her heel with that and leaves.
He's just plum red.
Aw.
Okay, now where is all my rascally companions? Walk down the hallway. Oh, Mademoiselle Thierry.
Good morning, Solitude. Did you rest well?
Yes, I did. It was a good bit of relaxation that I got. Et vous? You? Hmm?
I
You
did.
were
Yes.
up and about early.
I'm. I'm sure you will get accustomed to it. I do not sleep very much. I have
It is
something.
nice.
It is. The extra time is. I take advantage of it.
Oh no,
And
I mean it
she.
is nice that you and Liran are both out and about, and so I have the whole place to myself for hours.
Oh, I see.
Uh,
She has the document that she got from Draylen last night already like out, and she's already poking at it.
Tears, do you want to see something pretty cool?
Perhaps. What is it?
She pulls out the book and shows Tears how the book works.
That is fascinating. Wait, and you can speak with Draylen anytime you want this way.
Oui. And the Bluey, which means I can also speak to Nusire.
Oh, Solitude. That is invaluable.
I'm going to be one little chatty Cathy going forward.
Chatty Cathy. I don't feel like that is a change for you, somehow.
Hmm. But yes, I have a bit of news. She looks around. Let's face facts. So you are clearly the most level-headed person in the group. I figure we should have some method of staying in touch if we perhaps become a separated. So I think that perhaps you should be the third and for now final person to find my book of shadows.
Book of
It's a
Shadows.
scary name, but it's not really that bad.
It is a touch dramatic.
Well, it's a solitude. What do you expect?
I suppose exactly that. And she'll sign your book.
Okay. And because you said dramatic, somehow when you sign your name, as it signs, little wisps of mist and frost appear as you sign it, and it kind of freezes into the book and sinks into the pages. And she skips over the corner and writes Merci, Sirius. XOXO, which you hear is, oh, thank you, Tierra. Mwah.
Dorian?
All right. Well, if you asked for it, I will be talking to you all the time now. Where's everyone else?
I'm uncertain. I think Lorenethel is already out and about. I haven't seen Rock stirring yet.
So we are now. You need to talk to this merchant about some gifts he is going to prepare for us, and then we are off to this competition.
I suppose so. Oh,
Nothing like the fate of the world being on your shoulders and stopping off for custom items and the various contests of skill.
oh. It fortunate we're not on a strict timetable. Besides, being prepared is wise.
The preparation is most important.
Good morning, Belse. Belse, and like her eyes kind of light up when you walk around the corner. Um, you'll find this most interesting, actually. And she like walks up to you and all but shoves this document thing into your face. And she starts explaining this is a map and it's magic and it's cool, and if you hold it up to the light and opens up a magic door, and it's all the things that you're interested in. It's she just expecting you to be all over it.
Belse, almost a little, well, maybe a little shell shocked at this sudden intrusion of an intense amount of information. He puts his hand up, says, "Tiris,
Yes, it's
okay,
amazing, is it not?
perhaps maybe one more time. I did not quite catch everything you said, but it is most interesting.
I'm sure we'll have time on the road for you to study it as well.
I would love that."
Wonderful. Any insight that you may have as well is most appreciated. I have not deciphered all of it yet.
Oh, of course, I would love to give my thoughts on it. But
Thank
I
you.
do believe I have with me someone you would, and the rest of you would be most interested
And
in
as
speaking
if,
with.
like, for the first time, she realizes there's somebody else behind you. Oh, of course. Good morning. Good to see you again.
Oh, hoy there.
Do you happen to know where Rock and Orochi are? I believe they also had some requests.
I have not seen them stir yet. I imagine they are still resting.
Orochi is a very hard sleeper, deep sleeper. I will go try his door one more time. Rap, rap, rap. Orochi!
Rock is actually not there this time.
He'll open the door and he'll pull her inside of the dorm. And once he gets in, on the bunk is the item that she was waiting for. Which I kind of forgot what it was. What was it?
What, my item?
Yeah, the item that you took from that.
Oh, it is a brazier. It's like a sensor.
So
It's like this metal,
yeah,
like
That's a
mini.
brazier.
That's a
Yeah,
brazier, definitely not a
brazier.
brazier.
Brazier. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
No, you said it
But
right the first time. It's a
If you wanted
brazier.
to know how to carry a brazier versus a brazier, John, it's definitely two different.
Yeah.
It's definitely two different conversations.
Okay, brazier. I never knew how to pronounce it. All right.
It's a
Do you
French
think I should
word.
have
Come
this?
on, man.
Do you think shut up, you guys. Do you think that I should have this out now, or should maybe I don't want the dwarves to be upset about it, but I also kind of want to have the merchant man kind of do some working on it. I'll just say I just want to say
Seemed
I got it
maybe
somewhere else.
to be a conflict of. There's no doubt he would recognize it. He works in the forge, and it came from the forge. He would pin you immediately. Maybe we should have someone else work on it.
This is the most unfortunate, but yeah, we have to figure out something. I need him to work with the metal in some way on this item, but maybe I can have him provide me with the raw materials, and then I can get someone somewhere else to do the remaining work on it?
Well, I'll leave that up to you. Maybe you can tell him someone gave it to you. I'm sure that's not the first time you received gifts from men.
Yeah, I will. I will. That's a good point. I will come up with some crafty way to explain my acquisition of this item. What is he going to do?
Do you?
It's me.
Yeah,
All right. So
I leave
I
it
will.
up to you.
I will take it. Well, actually, could you just leave it in your bag for the time being? I am working on the way to make it a bit more portable. So,
Yes, I'll hold on to it for now,
don't go running
and I
off.
guess
I will
we'll
kill
keep.
you if you leave with that. Leave it.
I
Just saying.
wouldn't think of it.
And that is good.
You
All right,
should
but
build
everyone is
shrooms.
waiting for you. So, get outside and let's go. Sleepyhead.
Okay, so I meet up with the Yazars.
Right. Excuse me. Is everything
I found
okay?
Orochi.
Is everything okay? Okay. Good. Anyway,
Where is the rock? I do not see him.
You would find Rock outside.
like outside, or just in the hallway?
Outside.
I mean, hmm. Has anyone seen him?
Or he is probably cleaning his horse or something like that. You know how to do.
Ah. Tyrus, would you go fetch Rock, please?
I will see if I can find him. And I guess the assumption being that he probably did go to find Fyrex, Tyrus will go outside, see if she can work her way around.
You would note Rock is outside, standing next to Fyrex and looking like he is talking to her.
Good morning, Raktarn. Good morning, Fyrex.
Rock will nod hello and pat Fyrex on the neck. Was there something you needed, Tyrus?
The others are, I suppose, ready to start on with the day. They sent me after you.
I'm sorry to keep them waiting. And he'll turn to Fyrex and he'll say something, but it doesn't sound like, at least to you, Tyrus, it doesn't sound like human words.
Different, Raktarn?
Something I've been working on.
Oh?
Again, what would Fyrex say?
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to the conversation. Play it yourself. Play it yourself. What do you think Varix would say?
Well, I think Fyrex would whinny and it would sound a lot like what Rock is saying. And she would say, hurry back, I guess. As he speaks whatever language Fyrex speaks.
You and Fyrex seem to be getting on very nicely.
We are. And he'll walk with Fyrex as she goes inside.
Are you going to explain the details of your project, or shall I have to drag them out of you?
Just magical speech. I
And
figure if we're going to be doing so much field work, it might be helpful to actually be able to speak with them rather than just
fascinating.
guessing.
That does seem to be helpful, especially for you. Shall we?
We shall.
And she'll start head leading in back to where everybody is. And while they walk, oh, Ratharn, I have no idea what to ask for to be crafted here. I'd have no need for armor or weapons. But,
Perhaps they know of something that might aid a spellcaster.
perhaps. Or perhaps I could. Well, you know my predicament. I need gold more than I need a weapon.
Hmm. I know the feeling.
Hmm.
Research is expensive.
That is not what I'm referring to. And they make it to the group and she stops talking.
Hey, bonjour, Mr. Rock.
Welcome back. I found Gilgus.
Good morrow, so to you all. Ah, Gilgus. I see you made it.
Yes. It's been too long since I've graced these halls.
Happy to have you back. Hopefully, to good use. I believe we have some more quests, myself included, that will definitely keep you busy, I believe, for some time.
Well, it's by your honor and merit that I'm back here, so I have you to thank. But it's I who owe you a favor now.
Well, perhaps you can help me. In the confrontation with the giant, there was and Belse looks troubled for a moment of uncertainty as to whether myself or my companion Rock there would survive a rather untimely death by, frankly, squishing. I need to be stronger. And I think you can help me with that.
Aye.
And he pulls out a vial of blood that he gathered from the stone giant when he carved the initials BB for Big Brain into the giant's ankle or leg, I can't remember where exactly, as well as 2 toenails. And then he pulls out another vial, again with blood, and he proffers them both to Gilgus, and he says, "This is what I could gather of the stone giant we scared off, as well as a vial of my own blood. I believe these can be used to craft a belt or something that could potentially make me a little stronger. I need to be stronger. Is this something you can do?"
A smile crosses his face as soon as the items are revealed. And he looks to you, Belse, and says, "My lad, you didn't. His toenails, even. How did you get the beast's toenails?"
Well, Belse smiles. Let's just say I have and then in his best impersonation of the giant, big brain.
Gilgus lets out a chuckle, as though he may have overheard some of this conversation from within the castle walls. Well then, I'll get to work right away, and you'll have the strength you're looking for, my boy.
Dulce smiles, and he also looks down and takes off his belt and just hands it to him and says, I believe this would be the right size. Thank you. And welcome back. And he gestures towards whomever might also step forward for any requests they have.
It will come back to you none the lesser, my good sir, he says as he takes the belt from you.
Rock will dig around in his pack for the fire spider mandibles that he picked up. I wondered if perhaps you could make me a sword.
Aye, a blade. And what did you have in mind?
Something short. Perhaps a scimitar or a short sword? Something incorporating these, if you could.
A keen blade. Yes, I could do this.
How long would it take to do all this work, do you think?
Sorry, who asked that?
Me, Salted. So you are making items for all of us? Is it, are you, how much time will it take to complete all of these? For example, what I am planning to give you, I sort of need right away. Now, I am planning to infuse my magical spell focus with an item.
Oh,
And if I do not have my spell focus, I am a bit up a creek.
for instance, for the lad's belt here, will probably take me, I'd say, a few hours at best. If I'm doing them all at the same time, within a day's time I should have them turned around. Though I
Well,
might be a
shit.
bit rusty, he chuckles to himself.
Well, shit, you are one hell of a forger master.
Not the best, not the worst, he says modestly.
Orochi, could you grab my item, please?
He'll take it out for her.
Merci. She'll take it and walk up to stumble around and drunkenly approach the forge guy. All right, so this, I was wondering, it is clumsy and difficult to carry around. I have to make Orochi be my pack mule right now, so to speak. I was wondering if you could fix a bit of a, a delicate chain that runs down and has 1, 2, 3, 4 other chains that attach to the top of it, and then I could carry it around by the chain. And also, I would then want to treat the metal. Right now, this thing deals with all sorts of fire, But I am a bit more of an ice girl, if you get my drift. So I was thinking that we could take these two little frozen orbs that I carry around to concentrate on my spells, and infuse the magic of the orbs in this item here to make it have power over the cold rather than the. It's a bit fun, right? Interesting. And then finally, it's a small request. If you could, she reaches down into her boot, pulls out her stiletto. If you could take the blade from the stiletto and combine it with my boot, so that I have a boot dagger that shoots out from the toe, so I can catch my victims unaware.
Well, that's certainly a great lot of requests, and uh, shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, wonderful! You're very kind. She takes her boot off and hands him the stiletto and hands him stuff. I guess I should take the other boot off. It is weird. One is a very high heel. So she puts out the killer
Have to
stuff.
consult Draylen for that elemental one.
Ooh, Draylen is a very smart. But yes, please treat these with great care and consideration. They are most precious to me. And she hands him her spell focus, basically, which is a modified rod of the tax keeper that I've turned into just two frozen orbs. Which
Belse's
will now be
belt
modified further.
slung over Gilgis's shoulder and the rest of Solitude's accoutrements in his hands. He looks to the rest of you. It appears I'm getting a bit over encumbered. Let me take these to the forge, and anything else you need brought there, you can have sent there by oath, though.
Belse will grab some of the items out of his hand so he's not struggling so much.
Yeah, I'll help too.
Otho also comes by with what looks to be like a wheelbarrow to cart all your items away on.
Even better. Dump all of Solitude's stuff into that, as well as the belt.
Be careful with those boots. Do not crush them.
Put them at the very bottom.
No. You are a tricky one, Dulce. Tiaris, what are you doing? You doing anything cool?
Anything cool?
Hmm.
Oh, as far as I don't have a need for anything really. I don't use weapons, and the armor that I have is more than adequate.
No, Tiaris, she
know
lives
what's
the
asked.
Spartan lifestyle.
Weapons and armor isn't the only thing we craft here. Of course, staffs, rings, wands, anything really.
What about a clockwork kitten?
Certainly, there's something you need, and I'm in your debt.
I have heard that a ring could be made that would hold spells that could be cast from it.
Ah, yes. Are you speaking of a ring of spell storing?
Mm-hmm. That could be useful.
I can't say I have ever made one before, but I would most likely succeed in trying.
I could assist. Lord Draylen, I'm sure, could.
By all means. It can't be a gift to you if you aid in the crafting of it. If I find myself at my limits, I'll come find you.
I imagine we will be here.
He nods to you with a excited-looking smile on his face, with the intent to craft something new that he's never crafted before. You can see the excitement building with each request. Gilgus, even while over encumbered, looked like a kid in a candy store with all of these requests coming his way.
Cute.
Mm-hmm. Happy little crafter.
And Dungeon Master, do you need me to explain more to you what I'm trying to do, or do you have the general concept plus what I sent you in messaging?
I think I got it for the most part.
Okay.
Something to obviously carry the brazier with, a chain
Mhm.
affixed to it, and then the good old boot with the blade.
Mhm.
I'm guessing it shoots out, doesn't come back. No magic besides just the good
Yeah,
old
it's just your James Bond spy villain
blade on a
um,
spring.
boot blade. Yep, yeah.
Cool. And then as far as just changing up the theme of the brazier, not a problem. And let's see here.
And going forward, the brazier combo will be my spell focus, basically.
Got it.
So little orbs will just kind of sit. They'll sit in the brazier, and it's going to give off like a bluish white cold flame. And that's what she's going to carry around. That's going to be her spell focus, which will also summon an ice elemental instead of a fire elemental.
Love it.
All right, breakfast. What are we doing now? We'll talk about this tournament.
Right. The tournament for the airship.
Do we know like what kind of tournament it is? Like, will spellcasters be allowed, or is it a tournament of martial prowess?
Aye, it's different every year, but spellcasters, warriors alike compete and fight. Sometimes to the death, even.
Oh.
Are there ever team battles where, like, say, a group of us could enter?
Not uncommon to see it. Seen teams take part as champions of a certain nation before, as the champions of the keep. You'll be representing those of Dargoon who support the commander. Says one of the nearby guards.
It would certainly be a high honor.
Not just
And
a
what-
high honor, but the victor goes the spoils, as they say. You'll be the winner of an airship, and there's even more, they say. King Gaston has promised the champion a boon of their choosing.
Wow.
Wow.
What kind of
Sorry about that, Steve. I missed the tail end of your question. What kind of...
Boon?
See,
Are you asking what kind of boon, Steve?
hello, Steve. I think that was what he was asking.
If he was asking
Steve.
what kind of boon, basically, really like just a request. So, I mean, the request of a king, he's got quite a bit of power, open-ended. Most impoverished people throughout the lands would see this as a lottery ticket. You could ask for gold. You could ask for, maybe some kind of political request, even.
Is this an individual competition, or are you allowed to sign in the groups?
We asked that. They said you could. They are team events.
No, I am sorry. I was not paying attention. I was excited about my new item.
You're all good.
It happens from time to time.
To all of us.
Indeed.
Yes, the excitement. You notice that Solitude does not have hooves, or hooves, however you pronounce that. She has feet. Still up in the air whether she has a tail or not, though, people.
We'll find out one day.
Yeah, still mystery remains.
Are there
So,
preparations that we need to make before we head to this tournament?
hmm.
I think a new sword will do me well. Just making sure.
Do we know what the can we get some advance information perhaps about the tournament to give us an advantage?
Who won last year? And how did they win?
And are they participating again this year?
A hippogriff rider from Onder, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
His name was Tristan. He rode upon the beast like he was born upon it.
Is he
Did he win
is
a cage
he
or mounted combat or what was it?
This was a contest of aerial combat. You see, each of the contestants were riders of a certain kind. Some rode greater eagles, some hippogriffs.
Okay, well, I am here to tell you that it is a competition of aerial prowess. We are not going to win it this time. But hey, you never know.
Unless Firex learns how to fly, Rotarn.
Everything that's been drummed up about the contest so far this year is really the prize. And there's always a certain level of mystery about what the level of competition or type of competition will be. And this is by design, to leave the combatants sort of unsuspecting as they come into what would be sort of like you know, like the Tri-Wizard tournament, so to speak. You're entering a contest, you have no idea what the game is going to be. You just know it's going to be treacherous and that there's going to be combatants who are going to do anything they can to make sure that you lose and they win. A champion is selected from each of the surrounding areas. And most importantly, the five nations are usually the champions that are like sort of the A-League contestants. And those are who you'll probably need to be most worried about or concerned about. As far as a leg up or advantage, taking them the most seriously will be the best way not to underestimate your opponents.
I mean, personally, the best way to win the competition is for the competition to not show up. So if, I don't know, they get sick, break a leg, can't compete, hey. But if you want to do it fair and square, that is fine with me as well. I am just throwing that out there as an option. In my Scottish accent just then?
It
As an
happens.
Oxford.
Just bleed into different accents. I do it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Dare was the winner of last year's tournament, so they have the trophy hoisted in some hall somewhere in Ondare, and
It might be unwise if they are representatives of various nations to undermine them in such a way, in such an obvious way.
Yes, we do not want to create an international incident. I agree.
you don't want to think about
Especially as
them too as
representatives.
like patrons or politicians. These are more so front runners, as champions that have been selected. A lot of them can be simple and stupid, warriors, or maybe very smart and cunning and well respected. But not all of them are, we'll say, polished and well respected individuals in their lands. Sending them home
Being
packing,
from
I should say, won't cause too much of a problem.
Okay.
being from Ondare, would Orochi know who won the last year? Like the name that you mentioned? No.
Or would potentially Belsay, having also been from Under?
Because they're both familiar with the name Tristan, as Tristan was like a famous hippogriff rider who won actually not just obviously this tournament, but several of the hippogriff races, or the Sharn Sky races, as they're called. In the city of Sharn, about 3 or 4 times a year, they hold dramatic races in the sky where combatants can kick each other, fight each other, cast spells upon each other. Each combatant is given, like a small weapon to choose from. Some take crossbows, some take melee weapons, depending on their skill or prowess. And really, it's no rules. It's the only thing is you're really not supposed to kill one another, and it's suggested. It's not even a firm rule.
I recognize this now that you discuss it. Some of my siblings were very passionate in following those.
Did he happen to fight in the Ondaran military during the war at all? Would we know that, or would Belsay know that at all?
Tristan was indeed a soldier, but he was wounded. Almost ruined his career as a hippogriff rider, you see.
I do remember hearing some stories of his prowess.
Then you'll
So would-
remember how he retired. He fell off his hippogriff during one of the most recent races. As a matter of fact, only a few short years ago. And nearly died. Fell some 100 feet. And they say really anybody else would have died. But Tristan somehow miraculously, just in the nick of time, used his token of Featherfall, saving his life.
Yes, it was quite sad to hear of his passing from.
But he won last year.
Apparently, he still has some of his old tricks left. I would be so excited to meet him. We spoke of him often during the war.
Who is the individual who is in charge of the tournament conditions coordination? Do we know?
Oh, that'll be Gaston himself. He takes pride in arranging the tournament games and conditions, of course.
And Gaston is what, the leader of the town?
He's
The
the king
king
of
of
all
the country.
Zolanberg.
Well, shit, I need to brush up on my Zolanbergian history.
It appears you do, my lady.
I would imagine that, considering what is riding on this tournament, there are those who are trying to find information about what is to be expected, so that they can, as you would say, get a leg up.
It's a well-known fact that the Drat King often reveals this information. Of course, to his own contestants. But word travels fast. And a dwarf's mouth leaks out of both sides, he says to you.
Odd saying.
Well, perhaps when we get closer, we ourselves might find a little bit of this information ourselves.
I'm sure a pair of experienced researchers might be able to find something of interest.
Perhaps.
Ask around town in the inns. The rumors fly around. But remember, there's going to be bound to be rumors, lots of them. Don't trust in everything you hear. Some information will be misinformation.
Certainly.
Be careful your sources.
Of course.
And it sounds like a job for Solitude, perhaps. And maybe maybe Liren then.
Wait, so why did you just say my name and then dismiss it outright?
No, for both. No. I
That's
said it sounds like a job for both you and Liren.
I mean, it sounds exciting to suss out a little bit of information on the down low.
Therein, is that something that you have experience in?
Rock looks very interested in the answer to this question.
I've always been good at talking with people. I don't know about our amateur rogue here. She seems to be much more experienced than I.
Well, as to Solitude's earlier alludement that some of the contestants might be taken out before the battle, we should probably not reveal that we plan to compete, so as to avoid a similar fate. I'm sure you
That
are
is
not the
true.
only one to have that idea.
What is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Does anyone know how one signs up for such an event? Because I imagine everyone will be watching the
Well, we'll have to
what is
reveal
they
at
how
some
they
point,
say
of course,
sign up
but
sheet.
Oh,
I would
no.
imagine.
He explained that you need to be basically volunteered by one of the nations, nominated as a champion. And you guys have already received your nomination from Commander Garrett.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured.
Oh, is Commander Garrett awake? I need to speak with him.
The commander is awake. He is still unwell, but he may be able to speak with you. You'll need to talk to Draylen. He's tending to him at the moment.
Rock will bow and wander off in search of Draylen.
As you walk by a open doorway, you can see that Draylen is in one of the common rooms, and he sits near a fire. And inside the fire is a small kettle, From it, you can smell some sort of tea boiling. It has a rather strong scent of pine and wolfsbane.
Pine and wolfsbane. An interesting combination, to be sure.
God, that sounds awful.
Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy, actually. Master Draylen, I believe you're aware of the promises that I made with regards to our friends in the caves. Is there any way I could speak to Commander Garrett about making good on those oaths?
I suppose you tax an already taxed king or commander. He needs his rest, but if you must speak to him about these matters, a matter of honor, I suppose.
I will say that hopefully this will ease any concerns he might have about security.
Very well.
Takes you in the
Hey, Rock,
direction of
do
his
you
room.
want me to come with you? Or do you have this?
I believe I will manage, but you can come along if you like.
I don't
In
know
fact, I would prefer it.
all right.
Taking
I
the
will
pot of
see you all
tea,
later. I am going to go talk with him.
Draylen walks down the hallway, and the scent of the pine and wolfsbane trailing in his wake. You walk behind him. He follows you follow him to the commander's bedside, where he pours him a small cup of the tea, and the scent of it is even more pungent when it leaves the pot. And he sits the commander up a few inches, assisting him while the commander takes a few gulps of the tea before making a grimace and retching a few times.
I apologize for visiting you when you were still so unwell, Commander. There was something I must need to ask before we settle things and take our leave. When we first offered to take a look at the mines and the anvil for you, you mentioned the salamanders.
Yes? What of them?
If it were possible, they are somewhat reasonable folk. I think if they were allowed to, they would provide some form of security in exchange for sustenance, food, supplies. If you would be so willing.
I suppose we could broker such an agreement.
They speak Ignan. If you were to send an envoy, ask for the elder named Sly.
I'm certain Draylen will be our best bet in that regard.
Rock will turn to Draylen and bow. Always better to make peace than war, I think.
Well, I'm a scientist, not a diplomat. What do you expect of me? Besides, I rather dislike lizards.
He says, an eye over his shoulder, looking for Orochi, perhaps.
Is it awkward?
Well, I suppose you'll just have to deal with it, then, won't you, Lord Draylen?
Commander, certainly.
Draylen, you've caused enough trouble here.
do as he wishes. Very well.
Traylon sulks and walks out of the room sadly, shoulders hunched.
Rock will smile and lean in a little bit. And he'll say to Commander Garrett, before he takes his leave, he'll say, it serves him a bit right, for if he had never done so, we would never have met them. Nor known about their willingness to be so helpful.
No, I was convinced they were feral. You've
No,
done
they're
well
actually
here.
quite nice.
Your presence is welcomed. I'm sure you've been
And-
told that you are welcome here any time, but please allow me to offer this invitation to you personally.
And Rock will again bow his head and salute. Your hospitality, as always, is appreciated, Commander.
Yes. If you would, the good professor has commanded me to finish the rest of this wolf's piss he's conjured for me.
Can I make a medicine check to see if this is actually good for him or if it's actually like trash?
Absolutely.
Let's see here. I have a character sheet. Medicine. I almost lost it. 18.
Oddly enough, you from your studies, you realize that this is kind of like an old dwarvish comfort when a dwarf would fall ill during the winter times or hard times. This tea was made, and it was able to subdue small flu-like symptoms and things like that. It just has a horrible taste and smell.
Oh, so kind of like crappy witherbark tea. Got it.
What is witherbark tea?
Witherbark is it's basically an analgesic. It's like aspirin kinda.
Oh, this is like a real thing?
This is a real thing.
Ooh, I want to try it now. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, so seems like it's going pretty well, Rob.
Seems pretty easy.
You're a smooth talker.
I try. Willow, not wither. Sorry, willow bark.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that does make more
Yes.
sense. I've heard of Willowbark.
I was gonna say, as I've heard of willowbark, as opposed to witherbark sounded super dope though.
The bark sounds like a very interesting poison. I think that one of us should make it.
Witherbark. I'm a goofball.
See
Anyway.
with their bark tea, that'll get them every time.
Oh,
Wither their
boy.
bark. Rock will turn to Solitude and usher her out, wishing Commander Garrett a speedy recovery.
Thank you for all you've done here. And tell my nephew to represent us well in the games. I hear you go to aid him. You shall certainly represent us well. Took on a stone giant, I heard. Didn't think it possible.
Well, that was mostly Lord Belsay, but
when I am well, I would most like to hear the tale from him.
He turns onto his shoulder, closing his eyes, falling quickly into a restful sleep. The tea taking its effect.
Considering we have, I assume, some level of idle time, Dulce would like to help. Oh shit, what's his name? The guy who's making stuff for us,
Gilgus.
Gilgus. He'd like to help him. Just in maybe just carrying heavy things, or like Dulce has no training in smithing or anything like that, so he's not trying to help in that regard. He's just trying to like help get tools when needed and just kind of speed the process along as much as possible, knowing they're on a bit of a timetable. So that's kind of what he's doing in the meantime.
Hey, Orochi, do you want to play some cards, Tiras? I may have a new game or two. You might like it.
How about a
Oh,
rain check on
I
that?
played you last night, and you are quite proficient. I will allow someone else the honor of losing to you today.
Anybody?
I'll have a rain
You
check on
take
that. I'll save the card games for the road.
Indeed.
And before
All
Gilgus
right.
takes his leave of the keep, he looks to.
Is Gilgus the dwarf guy?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Orochi would say, I do have a request from you if you're not too encumbered at the moment. Do you have studded leather you could customize for me?
But of course, my boy.
I wonder if you can have, well, it's more of a tailoring aspect. I was wondering if you can have the, maybe around the chest area, kind of a fishnet material so my skin can breathe. I have a rare condition that not amenable to most materials. And if you can make it compact enough to fit under my robes, have this armor be concealed, that would be most appreciated.
He explains to you a certain schematic for studded leather that he designed himself for warriors that carry two-handed weapons, needing more ability to stretch the arms out, flex the chest muscles. He shows you a more expanded and open chest design. And he explains that with this, he feels that he can raise the defense of this armor significantly by +3 AC, statistically.
I don't know about the defensor rating, but it is a sexy looking bit of armor, Orochi.
He describes
I did not think of you as a fishnet guy. But hey.
He describes
It's more for. Go ahead.
He describes this
You
studded
don't
leather
need to
armor
explain
that
yourself.
will give you a 15 armor class.
I think that you should rename it Studley Armor. I'm going to go
Why?
now.
Oh my god.
Why?
It's canon.
Studley armor. I hate it.
Yes, with that, I'm going to go see if I can get into trouble somewhere else.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
I like to think that, like, just Solitude, with the sheer amount of games she can, like new games she has, that like some people like Tiras and Rock, I assume, are reading books at night. Belsay's like, I don't know, shining his armor and stuff, and then I just picture Solitude just pulling out a book and just coming up with new games. She has like 18 different decks of cards for different games. Just I totally picture it now. So like
It is
that's what she
very
keeps in her,
true.
like she has these super sexy like chic purses and stuff, but inside them are just like different big game pieces.
Mhm. When I was a little girl, I played many games by myself or with my imaginary friends.
She's a little board game nerd.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute.
It was very boring at the orphanage, so I had to make do.
You were an orphan.
Oui. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that about you, Solitude.
Oui, is it true? I was dropped off at the orphanage in Baldur's Gate. Apparently by my mother, but the people there would not tell me who she was or anything about her. It was
Is that where the
just
name came
me. Apparently so. She had a sense of humor, at least when she left me at the doorstep.
from? It's tragic.
But yes, that is why she named me a Solitude.
That is quite sad. I'm sorry, Solitude.
Well, you never know.
As
Could
they
be
say in
a
Peru.
good thing, it could be bad thing. But I did get to learn a bunch of fun games. I did not make many friends though at the orphanage. It was mainly me and my imaginary friend. But hey, sometimes they are the best ones. They stick with you through the thick and thin.
Oh, that's really sad. Jesus. Belsay pats you on the shoulder and you know, next time we are on a long road trip, I would love to learn one or two of your games if you would let me.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I will seek you out when we are on this road.
Please do.
I'm working on a few new ones as we speak, not just with the deck of the cards, but some other different cards and perhaps game pieces and even imagination games. So stay tuned. It's going to get pretty interesting as the days and the weeks go by.
What is an imagination game?
Well, it is this idea that I have in my head about. I am not quite sure yet, but it is something where you play, but it is like you are in a different world, and you play like a character in this different world. Uh, while we are in this world, but it's all the other world is imagination, and you have people, and they play it together, and they go
Think
on
that anyone would actually
quests.
want to play that?
Well, look, it's just in the opening stages. I am still trying to figure out, how it would work, and you know,
You have a good
what
name for it. It would be good if it had some sort of alliteration.
a snappy name. Okay. I will. Do you think I should start with snappy name and then go with the rules and stuff from there? I will work on it. Snappy name alliteration. But yeah, that is one I'm working on. It's I feel like it's got some legs.
That sounds interesting. I think I would be interested in that. Maybe something like creatures and caverns or something.
Oh, creatures and caverns.
Well, we
We.
just
What is it?
we just fought creatures in caverns. That's would that work? I don't
People
know.
and places.
People. Ooh, I like that.
Arts and literature. No, never mind. I will keep working on it.
Anyway,
And yeah, and she just wanders the castle, looking to find any objects that might not be missed if they disappear. Possibly. We'll see.
never know.
Oh my.
How detailed is Solitude's wanderings? Do you scour every inch?
It is very random and haphazard.
You make it to the kitchens.
Perfect. Is exactly where I wanted to end up. The kitchen. Okay. I look around in the kitchen. Is there a secret passageway to the conservatory in the kitchen?
As you walk in, you see a barrel-chested, extremely ginormous gutted dwarf with a beautiful red braided beard. And under his left arm, he holds what looks to be some gigantic keg of perhaps mead or alcohol of some kind. Oi, love. What are you doing in here?
Oh, bonjour. I am just wandering this way and that. It appears that I have stumbled into the kitchen, but it appears it is more a brewery than a kitchen these days. We.
Looks down at his cask underneath his arm. Oh, that there. It's nothing, just a little bit of afternoon drinking, love. Well, the kitchen's closed at the moment, but are you hungry? Do you need something to eat?
Oh, I do not need any food right now, but perhaps a bit of your drink would be good. My wineskin is getting a bit empty.
Oh, certainly not. This'll knock your boots right off, lady.
As you can see, I do not even have any boots on right now.
Fair enough. Takes a mug off the
Well, I
table,
suppose it is safe.
pops the cap on the cask, and begins to fill a mug for you. You can see that it's a dark, frothy liquid. And as he
You see,
fills the
it
mug
is
entirely
strong.
for you, he hands it to you.
I will sip the beverage.
You say you will dip the beverage?
Sip the beverage.
Oh, sip it.
Sipping the beverage.
All right. You just take a small sip of it, and it's a very bitter taste to it. You could tell it's some kind of strong appled mead. You could taste what smells like fermented apples, perhaps not properly fermented apples. And it's got a little bit of a kick to it at the end of it. But
Oh, hey, well, it's got a little bit there at the end there, doesn't it? What do you call this brew?
That's my famous apple mead, that is.
Was the apple mead? All right. Do you have any more? I'm going to maybe bring some to my companions.
Well,
And while I'm here, just a quick question. Have you heard any, I don't know, any juicy rumors or news goings on and this and that in this area? Anything fun we should go check out?
rumors? Not here in the kitchen. Just me and the mice.
he
It's the
says,
kitchen rumors. They are the best kind sometimes. You never know. But you should get those mice taken care of. You know, that,
What are you, a health inspector?
well, no, but I have a friend who could maybe perhaps assist with your mice situation. I will go and get him. I will be back. Perhaps we can fix it. Bye now. I'll leave with the mead. Oh, Rochi!
Mice in the cauldron adds flavor,
he says as you walk away.
Oh, Rochi! I should put him in. I
Yes,
need to change
Solitude, what
his
is it?
name. I think I need to have you sign my book and not Tears. I talked to you more, but anyway, could you perhaps spare your snake guard guy for 1 second or two? And here, I got you some mead.
Well, what do you need him for? He seems to
Maybe for a
be
bit of a pest control. You see, Hungary,
pest.
the kitchen has a mice situation, and I thought that perhaps your snake could assist. What is your snake's name, by the way?
He hasn't told me, but are there people in the kitchen? He doesn't seem to differentiate sometimes these days.
Well, there is a cook, but I do not believe that the snake is going to be able to eat the cook. He is a man of size.
That's not what I meant, but does he want my help?
I have volunteered you for this assigned amount. Orochi, are you going
I
to ask
don't
questions
think.
or are you going to help the mice problem out?
I think Tears is calling me, and he walks away towards Tears.
That's what you get. You try to do something good. She's just gonna go into her bedroom, sip on her
Oh,
apple mead.
where is Tears, by the way?
Tyrus is where she is. She's still over here by the fountain. She's kind of propped herself up in a corner and she's going through some books and things. Oh, actually, at this point, she would be going through Mechanicus, the Warforged manual. She's trying
Well,
to
he has
see.
that.
Okay. Then I suppose if
But
she sees you, she would request it. Do you still have that interesting book that we found?
yes, actually, I was going to track you down. Figure we have some time on our hands and a wizard we could console. Maybe even get Blue involved, so we can crack the mysteries of this book even further.
There is something that I am particularly interested in perhaps finding. And she would want to spend some time trying to see if there's anything in this book that even suggests the possibility of a human turning into a Warforged.
Does she say this out loud?
I'm sure she would speak aloud here and there, and you could probably piece it together or question her about it.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking for through this book? You seem quite animated today.
I have heard from Draylen, actually, that there is the suggestion that a person might be turned into a Warforged. I'm trying to see if there's anything here that suggests that.
I've never heard of such a thing happening.
No, not at all.
Is there a person in particular that you would want to use this on?
No, absolutely not. Just seeking to see if it might be true.
Huh. So that would be interesting. Maybe it could be a key to immortality, cure from disease, helping someone disabled, a lot of applications. Interesting.
I suppose that is true.
You know,
I suppose that
Tyrus,
is true. There would
there's
be reasons why a person would want to do that, wouldn't there?
it would be a antidote for a lot of suffering.
Interesting.
You know, Tyrus, there's a man in my village I wish you could have met. He's he's as curious as you are. Somewhat of a sage back at home. Kind of loves magic like you do. Wise, respected. He has the most beautiful white pearl porcelain skin with purple patterns around his eyes, and he's quite admired in our village. I wish you could meet him. Maybe you will someday.
Where is it that you're from?
Andor.
Where is that? Andor?
Ondare is the lands to the north.
Oh.
I can't pronounce anything.
Okay, no. Ondare. I am as well. Where about?
It's a small village within the forested area. Not very visited much. You probably never heard of it. Huh. But
It has
shouldn't
been
speak of
a few
things.
years since I've been in Ondare.
I guess one day when we return, maybe you'll meet this man. Or maybe even sooner. Who knows? He's a bit of a
As they say in Faerun, you never know.
you never know. and yeah, he'll just keep on trying to study this book.
For those of you trying to read the book, I want to say, taking the time to read this book, I want to say it'll take you probably about 6 hours to read the book in its entirety. So if you did that in chunks, it would be acceptable. Or if you wanted to just sit down and read the book straight through as your items are being prepared, I think that'd be acceptable as well. Up to you guys, but I want to say that reading the book in its entirety may be necessary to find out all of its secrets. Is that fair?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless something more interesting presents itself, Tiris would probably go ahead and spend the day working on that.
Let's take a quick 5. You guys can grab something to drink, do the bathroom thing, or think about what your character is doing while these weapons are being crafted at the forge, or items are being crafted at the forge for you.
Alrighty.
I will be back in just 5
See
minutes.
you in 5.
Sounds good.
I just realized how dumb I am. I said Andor as in the show.
Wait, what? Where is that?
I heard it and I was like,
It's from Star Wars?
I've been watching that hardcore, so it's in my brain
watching
too.
that. Yeah, I was watching that hardcore too. Yeah, that's one of my favorite shows. Yeah,
Awesome
I
show.
just can't believe I said
That's awesome. Hey man,
Wow.
we can make it canon. You guys are all from Andor now.
Wow, good God.
So is that sounds like that's what 3 different people that are from Undare? Then not just that's wild. I love it. Or excuse me, Andor.
You just can't believe I said that. Can't believe it.
This is the Star Wars campaign setting now. Let's go.
I knew it. I knew Orochi was Sith. I knew it.
Yep,
I
that's where it
always
came from.
loved Star Wars, Infinity and Beyond, all that. Live long and prosper.
Oh yeah.
I know where you sleep. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now just make sure you're getting a good kick for all of us. Oh boy. I need to watch that show. I hear it's good.
What, Andor? You haven't watched that?
Nah, dude, I haven't seen like any of it. I haven't seen any of the extended Star Wars like shows because I'm apparently a loser. 'Cause I watch too much anime. Like a nerd.
Yeah, there's way too many shows and not enough time.
That honestly though, it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's almost intimidating to try to watch so many shows, so I just don't watch any of them. And then I'm not committed.
Makes sense to me, yeah.
Yeah. Well, after what happened with the new trilogy in Star Wars, I just kind of lost all interest in that universe.
Yeah, honestly, I
Yeah, I
have
hear you.
not watched I haven't
hear
even
you.
watched the latest 2 movies because, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it gets worse. And I wish I was exaggerating. Actually being kind of generous, but look, Ryan Johnson just ruined Star Wars. It's fine. Although I have legitimately heard Andor's probably one of the best Disney shows to come out in recent memory.
I like it better than all the other ones.
Did you like it better than The Mandalorian?
Yep.
Sounded like you were in pain to say that.
No.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna aid in that.
Y'all are crazy.
I don't aid. Anybody else watch anime? Just me.
No, I love anime. What's
What?
up?
Oh yeah.
I just
He
finished
said, "What's
watching.
up?"
It was I just finished watching the season 1 of the case study of Vanitas. That was pretty good.
I haven't heard of that one.
It takes place in like 19th century France.
Alternate universe, 19th century France, where there's
Yeah,
vampires.
it's pretty good. I
What,
like the
like,
art style. Is good.
correction?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. You're right. It was pretty good.
Oi.
I did not realize it was only one season. I was really bummed out when I watched the last episode and it was over. I was like, oh, okay.
I just not too long ago started watching So I'm a Spider, So What?
Oh, that's a fun one.
Ooh.
You know, they'll do that to you. They'll just make one season and call it good. You're like, man, if you're gonna make one season, then don't make it good.
Sometimes I'm thankful though because it's like it actually wraps up and it's like, ah, okay.
This was
Yeah,
satisfying.
it's nice when a story you're not committed to like 86 episodes or something like that. But that's kind of what I want sometimes. Like oh shoot, what was the other one I just watched? Crap, I respawned as a powerful mage or something like that.
Was that the I got a no, there was also I got a second class and I turned into the strongest sage.
No, that's actually on my list to watch.
I haven't
No,
seen that one.
shoot, let me look it up. Uh, not respawn, but reborn.
There was also reincarnated as a slime.
Oh, that's a
There's
classic.
a bunch
That's
of-
coming back.
I hope so. It's super good. An unemployed guy's wait, no. Wait, what is the actual name of this show?
If
I
there's
know
an
the one you're
isekai
talking
that-
about, the jobless reincarnation or something like that.
Yes. Yes. It's actually like it started
Oh my
out as
God.
like kind of generic. I was like, oh god, this is gonna be stupid. And I was like, holy shit, that was really, really good.
Yes, I know the one you're talking about now. Yeah,
Mhm.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I was actually really pleasantly surprised at like not only there was a lot to it, but it actually had significant character growth. It didn't make me hate the main character. Because like a lot of those reincarnated shows, I mean, like it's obviously it's a really it's an overdone trope now about the reincarnation thing, but like it was actually kind of a fresh take on it that I really appreciated.
if you know some of the history behind it, it was one of the ironically being one of the last isekai shows to get made recently. It was one of the oldest isekai manga ever written.
Really, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
It is the progenitor of a lot of the tropes that you see in a lot of these common isekai shows. Like getting hit by the bus, a lot of the other stuff, like
Bus-coon.
yeah, truck coon, bus
Yeah,
coon.
yeah.
The having really powerful magic, so on and so forth. There were a lot of tropes from that show that kind of bled into every other show that's been made. And so a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is just like a lot of shows." And it's like, "No, this is the show that made all those shows, even
That
though it got made last."
that kind of makes sense because it's like you get the sense of a lot of what isekai shows do in that one, but it feels somewhat unique to itself. Like it's not exhausting to watch some of those tropes play out because it doesn't feel it feels like it makes sense in the
It
context
feels a
of
little
the world.
fresher. Yeah.
Yeah. That explains a lot. Also, I mean, it's the same animators that did, from my understanding, it's the same animators that did Sword Art Online. So it's really, really pretty as well, like the magic in it. I also just finished my fourth watch of Konosuba because
That not too
it's
long ago.
oh god, I cry laughing every time. It just never
Still
gets
have not
old.
seen that. I need to watch that.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I think maybe after the
Konosuba.
spider one, I will watch that one.
It's very, very funny.
My
It is
biggest recommendation from this season is if you can handle some weird gore, um, but you want to watch like the weirdest, funniest, mood whiplashiest series that I've ever seen in my life, watch Akiba Maid War.
Oh my god, I just saw a clip from that and I was like, what the fuck is this show? It's on my
is
list.
wild. It's a wild ride. Just watch it.
It's so weird.
It's set in 1996.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm glad I'm not the
weird.
only one that
Not in the
watches.
90s. That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I love it. And then, boy, it's just. I'm glad I'm not the only one that watches anime. I don't have a lot of people to talk to about it, so it's kind of nice.
Oh no, I watch anime seasonally, and I have since I was in college.
I've been watching it since I was like 3. Bad.
I started watching
That's
anime
sad. That's
in like
awesome.
late high school, early college. So
I had the I guess the benefit of an uncle who he's been into it. I grew up watching like the original Gundam, like all the old oh shoot. Oh, I have to rewatch it, but it's a classic like space romance anime. It's the really old 80s style animation.
Like Trigun or
It
Hello?
probably around the same time. I
Not
can't
Trigun.
remember.
What's the one? Outlaw Star.
Yes. Yeah, like all those. Like I grew up watching those when I was a kid instead of like, I guess.
I forget how
Cartoons.
young you are.
I
Well,
watched those for the
Making
first
me feel
time.
old.
well, okay. Look, I'm not that young. All right. I guess I'm compare. Well, I don't actually know. So, but I don't know. I grew up watching all that stuff. It was great.
That is great. That is fantastic. You have a good uncle.
Oh yeah, I mean we were just actually at Christmas talking about One Punch Man. Like, I mean, he's in his late 60s and he still watches it. You know,
That's fantastic.
I love it.
Never change.
Oh yeah.
We'll say some time passes as you guys wait for your items to be procured. Tiras and Orochi, are you, just for my understanding, are you guys kind of both reading this book?
Yeah.
Got it. Well, I want to say, upon completing it, you understand that the book details the process of infusing a dragon shard with the blood of a human mortal. And it details the story of a dying artificer and scientist with a failing heart who replaced his heart with a kyber shard to extend his life. But afterwards, his limbs began to fail him one by one. Experimenting further, he began to replace his failing limbs with bits of wood and metal, becoming more machine than man. Over time, he was completely generic, we'll say.
Wow. Well, Tiras, it seems like your hunch was right.
Yes.
A man can indeed become a Warforged. Fascinating.
It is.
More importantly,
It
the book
really
details
is.
Well,
what he lost through what he gained. Much of his personality, spirit, feeling, things that are absent of a normal Warforged that you may interact with, we're lost to this man forever.
Well, it seems that it comes at a great price, however.
Does it also detail how to make a Warforged without using a person, I guess? Or is it mostly just the story of this one guy?
It's really just the sad recanting of this kind of failed experiment. And in the book itself, as you read it, you see that a previous owner had jotted down various notes with regards to the process. Obviously, as curious about it as you were. You read the
And
notes or things scrawled amongst the pages. You start to get the feeling the person who wrote them had a much more dire need for an answer to this question than you did.
Mm. But they're just notes on like just general notes on how to like what he thinks, not anything proven, not any kind of like research study, trial and error, experimentation logs.
Yeah, nothing too detailed to that matter. More of just comments and thoughts, things to kind of refer back to. Things circled, lines drawn away from them, more descriptive thoughts put around, those words basically, but nothing groundbreaking or that expands beyond what the actual text of the book tells.
Okay.
Oh, poor bastard. I hope in the end he found what he was looking for. Well,
Perhaps
does
we will
this
have the
mean
opportunity to find out. I'm sure
perhaps we shall?
I'm sure you have heard of the Warforged that lives in the Mistlands.
Yeah, so I was gonna actually ask our companion about that. Blue.
Oh, I wonder if he has some insight.
Yes. Well, good read, I must say. Does this mean, Tyrus, that you trust me? He kind of chuckles.
Probably as much as you trust me.
Well, I admire you a lot. I think that given time we could be friends.
Perhaps so.
Well,
You do seem to
that is
keep
good.
your own company, but it has only been 2 weeks, and that seems to be expected, so perhaps in time. We'll see.
Yes, that would be nice. And yep, you'll go back to the group. Oh, the group is here. Hey.
Pretty much.
so he comes out.
Oh, you sound really far away, dude. Really muffled.
Is it better? Yeah. Well,
Nope,
Hello?
can't hear you.
Nope, we can't understand you.
You sound like the parent. You sound like any adult in a Peanuts cartoon.
ah, okay. Working on it. Test. Is this better? Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah, that's much
Okay,
better.
all right. Wow.
Wah,
Tiny
wah,
change.
wah,
Okay.
wah. Were you saying something or just?
Oh, Solitude was she was coming out and saying that her game was getting boring. But I have another idea for the caverns and creatures. It needs to have a bit of a randomness. You know how they have the typical dice sets? You guys know the dice set I'm talking about? What if there were different sides to the dice? Hmm? I don't think 6 is going to cut it. That's
I
my
mean,
point.
Solitude, nobody would ever go for that. How could you even make such a die?
I bet you that not only would they go for it, but people would go crazy for the dice, and they would like collect it. And even though you like only needed 1 or 2 of each, people would have like 30 or 40 of each.
That seems like a lot of dice. Who would ever want so many?
Giant bags of
Where would you-
dice.
Where would you keep them?
Probably in old bags that used to contain liquor, but I'm just spitballing here.
Well, Solitude, they
Absolutely.
may do something like that in. They may go for something like that in Faerun, but I don't think it would catch on in Corvair.
You don't think it is up Corvair's alley? Well, listen, I have a vision, and I am not going to be deterred from this. But anyway,
I
Got
love
our-
this.
Got our version of Gary Gygax over here.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
A famous dwarf.
Oh, it sounds like a dwarf.
Dwarfy name.
Oh, I mean, I know that this Forge guy is pretty fast, but I still feel like it's taking forever. I wish it'd be done. I want to go do this tournament. I think that I don't know. I feel like we got a good chance. We have the Fire Horse. I may have a trick or two up my sleeve. Toothy grin.
How's that going, Mr. Dungeon Master, sir? How's the forging process going?
Almost
think
as
we
if
should go over
requested,
and
Gilgus bursts through
should
the
stare
front
over his
doors with
shoulder.
a wheelbarrow full of shiny-looking objects.
Oh, he's back.
You can hear him pushing his
Out of
cart.
the way! I need my
uh,
boots. I
into-
need my boots.
into the Great Hall.
She quickly goes over and puts her boots in. Stomps the right toe down. Little blade pops out. Oh, this is fantastic.
Careful there, careful. It's
those
very
genius there.
sensitive.
You can see as the blade immediately shoots out upon your
What do
heel
you think,
click.
Tiris? Killer satchel and now killer boots? Hmm?
You have a matching set.
I
Mm.
see what you did there.
And let's see. Okay, here the brazier. Okay, pick it up. Okay, that's easy. Okay, I can carry it.
Yes, it's
And
careful with that.
mhm.
Could see that he's being overly cautious with all of the items as he hands them to you, not wanting them to
She
be
speaks a
scuffed
few
or
words.
damaged.
Okay, and she'll speak a few words to activate it, and like ice runs down from her hand down the chains to the brazier, and it goes from like black cauldrony metal to kind of cold steel blue, and her two little frozen orbs slowly start spinning around in the brazier and giving off a pale blue white cold light.
Is it to your liking then, my love?
It's very extra. I like it.
I thought it would be just your style.
And look,
My
I still have a
love.
free hand for flicking my Eldritch
Did you
Blast
just-
this way and that.
And for you, Lord Belsay.
He hands you back your belt, but it looks considerably thicker and more durable than before. You also see that there's a great mithril kind of like buckle at the front of it, but it's just gigantic and ridiculous.
Very Texas.
They'll say he kind of flexes his he kind of rolls his shoulders, kind of his arms out, and as he does, he gets a little taller, just like an inch or so. And as he does, he straps on the belt, and he kind of looks down and it rubs it and smiles, and you see that the muscles in his arms kind of pulse just ever so slightly, and they seem to almost grow a little larger. And he just says,
Big brain gets a big muscle.
"Thank you. This is exactly what I wanted."
But it looks very nice on you. The belt. I like what you did with the buckle there.
Yes, it suits me quite well, and does exactly what I need. You are indeed a master craftsman, Master Gilgus.
Oh,
You're too
Orochi, I
kind.
found your outfit. And so she daintily reaches in, pinky fingers out, and holds up the fishnet. Kind of holds it to her torso, like she's modeling it. Looks good. I don't know. Maybe I should wear it. What do you think?
You mock me? This is a man's set of armor from my village. The designs were very specific.
Yes, yes, it is very fitful here. I don't want to take it from you. Here you go.
He just takes it, puts it in his bag of holding.
Oh, he doesn't even put it on? Interesting.
We're not gonna change in front of you, animals.
So modest of what she is. All right, what? Who else got what here?
I believe there was a sword.
You expect him to change in front of you then? I do have a
Alright.
sword in here for you, Rook. He hands you a rather beautiful looking scimitar.
Ooh.
Ha!
And encrusted
Rock.
upon the hilt are ebony and ruby gems.
Interesting. He twirls the sword a little bit, getting used to the feel of it in his hand and the weight.
That's a bit of a present from Draylen.
Oh. Ebony and ruby gems.
My, what beautiful craftsmanship.
Is there
Care
anything I
to
should
show us a couple swings, Rock?
Is there anything I should be aware of?
Yeah, so
Well,
demonstration.
perhaps back up a few feet before you flourish it.
He takes a hop, skip, and a jump back, and he takes an experimental swing.
As he cuts the air with the sword, you hear a whoomp, a sound of a bit of a flame flicking behind the sword. And you can see that it has some kind of magical fire damage appended to it.
Very nice. He twirls it a little bit, and he. Is there a sheath? He looks in the wheelbarrow.
Yes, of course, you'll want to be keeping it in this. He hands it over to you.
Very nice. He'll slide it into the sheath and buckle the sheath to his belt.
All right. So, well, I think these tournament people will not know what hit them.
Were you able to forge the ring?
The ring.
Oh
One
no.
ring to rule them all.
Pats around, looks in the
Lord
wheelbarrow,
traveling.
looking like he forgot, embarrassed for a moment, and then a keen smile folds over his face. And from his pocket, he pulls a ring of spell story.
I will put it to good use. Thank you.
I believe the thanks should fall to Draylin for that one.
I see. Well, I will thank him as well.
But if you like the look of it, that was all me, he says with a wink.
What does it look like?
What are you going to store in the ring?
It depends on what we need.
Oh, so cryptic.
No, I simply do not know yet.
Well, if
Fair.
I were you, I would store a bunch of familiar spells. And
Why
then
would
we
I
can
do
have
that?
all a menagerie. We can have our menagerie that we don't want. We can have a menagerie of pets.
Oh, so you may all cast one.
Oh no, I don't need one with one. I just wanted you to have a whole bunch.
You can only have one at a time, Solitude. I don't understand.
What? But what if you want two?
It does not work that way.
Well, I suggest you get right to working on researching that.
As soon as we save the world, that will be top of my list.
You could
Tears,
call it find familiars, plural.
Hmm.
you had asked what the ring looks like. It's a small, pale gold band, but upon it there's what looks to be 5 sockets, and within each of the sockets there's like a dull. I'm not sure if it's a pearl or just some kind of a very light-looking stone, but it's faded. Nothing spectacular to look at. Subtle, but it still has beauty to it.
I think it suits me well.
I would agree, my lady, says Gilgus.
Form speaks to its function. I like that.
Perhaps then, with our items acquired, maybe we should move on. Head for this tournament. Yes?
What time of day is it?
I want to say, like a
My
full
lady.
24 hours has passed in the time that he's created these items, so we could say it's about like 5 a.m. early in the morning again.
Okay, so this is the next day. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Well then,
Well, I'm off
Thank
to the
you.
kitchens. I've been working all night.
Be well, Gilkis, and try not to get yourself exiled again.
Oh, I won't be doing anything like that again. I promise.
He says with a devilish grin.
Good luck. Shall we? There's a whole day yet ahead of us. Best make
Yes,
use of
I
it.
think we should get on our way. I shall be right back though. And Lern will walk away for a sec.
No, Leon has to go through something mysterious. Wouldn't be a new day without that.
No,
Look at
it
you.
wouldn't.
Do you think I should follow her and see what she does?
You see her walk in the direction of the kitchen.
Go to the kitchen. That's most of here. I'm going to go spy on him.
Are you just like
I guess-
narrating this out loud?
Yes, I go spy on Leon.
Belsay will put a hand on your shoulder.
Oh, you'll be the same way.
She is fine,
You're
I
so,
believe.
you're so strong. It's a strong hand on my shoulder.
Yes. Perhaps you should let her to her own devices, as it were. I do not recommend
All right.
you follow.
How secretive, Lord Belsay.
Everyone is entitled to a little privacy. Don't you agree, Rocktaran?
Rock will cross his arms and he will give Belsay a strange look.
What? Do you disagree? Is is this not something that you appreciate? Privacy.
Hmm. Privacy is generally more for secrets than anything else, Belsay.
Perhaps she simply wishes to be left alone. Do you never need a moment to yourself?
Not every day.
But some days. Yes?
Hmm. And Raktaran will fall silent, but continue to give Belsay the side eye.
Do I pick up on
I
this?
still don't even really know what she does.
Roll me a perception check, and I will roll you a deception check.
Oh. I'm so good at those.
Holy shit. Natural 20
Yeah.
for a 19.
17 for a 16.
I have a -1, by the way.
So do I. That's funny. They'll say not really, I guess, paying attention or noticing Rock's side eye, turns to Solitude. Worry not, Solitude. I've known her for years, and I don't know what she does either.
That seems strange.
She is entitled to her privacy, as I said. Nothing more.
Do you know what her markings or are they tattoos? Is it paint on her face? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. Would I know that?
Belsay would know.
Elsa would know. Yes, I am aware, and honestly, that is not mine to share. You may ask her, though.
You think
If you
she
so
would be
desire.
okay? It's not a too private the conversation?
Elsa kind of just non-committally shrugs. That is up to her.
All right. I'll work it in sometime during a card game or something. Let's see.
He kind of nods.
Either way, the magic it gives her is beautiful.
Absolutely. Her spellcasting
It's
is
interesting.
magical, isn't it?
It's interesting. You can tell a lot about a person by the color and aesthetic of their magic.
Oh, what can you tell about me from the aesthetic of my magic? Oh, Roshi?
Nothing you can't gather from talking to you. You are very eccentric, just like your magic. Unpredictable.
Oh, thank you.
I do not find you to be so unpredictable. You are yourself.
Oh. Well, it was even a sweeter and kinder thing to say. Wow. Hmm. All right. Well, do we have anything else to do, or should we get
I think we should be on
take our leave?
whenever I suppose Liran is ready.
Do you
And
remember where did
she's
we park
right
the?
there, just kind of standing behind Bluey.
Oh God, she did it again.
For any
Hello,
of you,
Liran.
for any of you, notice Liran passive perceptions for me.
16.
Passive.
17.
16.
Solitude, you notice Lyra has new boots.
Oh, passive. Oops, never mind.
Okay. I will saunter over to Liran. Liran. Those are
Solitude.
pretty boots.
Thank you, as are yours.
Oh, that goes without saying, but I have not seen such lovely items on you before. Are they magical? Or just a bit of a fashion change?
Bit more pragmatic.
Oh,
Because
pragmatic.
you will have seen that before. She kind of wore sandals, and going through all this terrain and everything, not good.
Yeah, certainly a noticeable change.
Well, they suit you. You look a little taller, too. How tall is Lyran?
I should know this.
Solitude's a whopping 6'1".
Ooh.
Tall girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She is 5'10".
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, tall girl too. All right. Us tall queens have to stick together.
How tall is Tears again? 5'1"?
Yours is probably pretty short, yeah.
Does anyone remember where we parked the wagon?
Out front with Fyrex, I believe.
Indeed. I was just checking on it this morning.
And how is Fyrex?
She's well. As far as I can tell.
She hasn't told you.
Oops.
That reminds me. Now that I can understand what Fyrex says, what does Fyrex prefer to eat?
Raw meat only. She's on
I
the
will
raw meat only diet.
raw meat only diet. Got it.
RMO.
Prefers freshly raw meat as well. Also turns her nose up after a few days.
I guess we'll have to go hunting.
Loathes salt.
No salted meat. Got it.
Loathes it. Absolutely, like a normal, horse would love a salt or a sugar cube, but loathes salt.
All right. No
Plus Fyrex.
McDonald's for Fyrex.
No McDonald's for Fyrex.
Jeez.
No McDonald's. No Burger
Take
King.
it, girl.
No Wendy's.
Oh God.
Zero fast food. No burgers. Got it.
I must say it is
Not
nice
missing
to
out
be
on
out in the
anything.
fresh air.
Well, at least we know Fyrex won't have high blood pressure.
Well, there you go. That'd be
Does
the
anyone
difference.
know which way is it to Zathura?
Zolanberg.
Zolanberg.
Yes, it is southwest of us, actually, through the mountains.
All right. Well, I am going to get in the wagon. She pulls out her cards, starts shuffling them in her hand.
We could pick up the lightning rail in Sterngate if we desired for a quick travel.
Bustling out of the hallways behind you comes Gragas. Wait, won't be going anywhere without me, will you? You can see that there's war paint painted on his face and body. And he
Who is
looks
this?
ready for
You reached
travel.
See the
him
chef?
as well. The
See the
chef, yeah.
kitchen guy?
Yeah, he was the guy in the kitchen.
Oh.
Okay.
I was going to say, if Solitude asks this, not just a chef, a famous wrestler in these parts.
So you are wishing to come along?
Wishing? I believe that's part of the deal. You are all after my assistance in this, he says, scoffing at you.
Of course.
cracking his
Are you
knuckles.
ready?
Just try not to get yourself killed when it comes to big tournament time, eh?
We will try our best.
Very well.
Only-
Follow me.
Oh, trust me,
Did you
dying would be
bring
the
any
last
more
thing
of?
any of us do.
Did you bring any more of the apple mead?
You could see that Gragas nearly always has some kind of cask of mead on him that he habitually drinks from, keeping him in a certain constant state of.
This keeps that low key buzz all the time.
Exactly.
It is not a bad concoction. I recommend it. You get thirsty. It has quite a kick at the end though, so drink it in how do you say moderation?
It will keep
Not
your
much
thirst
of
quenched, that's for sure.
Not much of a drinker, I. Does fire like? Oh wait, never mind. That's probably a bad idea.
Me either, Rock. Just a little before morning, a little in the afternoon, a little in the evening, and a little before bed. Oh yes, and upon waking, of course. Got to start the day off right.
Hmm.
After all, it can't be day drinking if you don't start daying the day, right?
That's right.
They say
Hold on.
it's 5
Hold
o'clock
on.
somewhere. I don't remember who said that, but
Never heard that saying before,
Possibly
but
they say that.
I rather like it.
He says as he takes a large slug from the cask.
Is that something they say in Faerun, Solitude?
It is a bandied about this and that around your local tavern.
I'm sure.
They do not say it where you are from in your farming village.
It's quite
you-
the opposite. It's
Gragas, would you perhaps say that you only have a drinking problem when you spill it?
hilarious.
All right, and with that, I think it is a time for us to get going.
I assume everyone agrees that we can get a move on.
Yep, let's head out.
I hop in the wagon.
Me too.
Oh, Bill say yes.
I will as
You
well.
wanted to try a game of a chance. Liran, you as well. We.
I would gladly watch.
Yes, I did promise, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we will play a. This is a poker game. The poker. So I will deal out the 5 cards to you and to me, and then you know the hand rankings, right? Pair to pair, of a kind, so forth and so on.
Dulce looks to Lyra for a little bit of help. Maybe a little confused.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I know the game. Sure.
All righty. Well, here we go. I'll just deal out the cards, and except we're going to put a little bit of a twist on this one, okay? Instead of the betting of the money, what we bet this time is the articles of the clothing.
Perhaps
Perhaps not.
perhaps not. I prefer my clothing on my person.
Oh,
Yeah. I think Tyrus is calling me again. I probably should see to that. And he just.
Oh, but
doesn't-
a roach. Oh, as he walks away. Oh, roach. Oh, okay.
all right. We will play the regular game. It is okay. And she'll just play some regular 5-card stud with Belsay.
Gragas leads you guys down the mountainside path with this conversation going on in the background. He takes you down about to the midway point where you first met Gilgis, near where the two guards were standing, guarding what looked to be some kind of a beaten path they warned you was closed off and not allowed for outsiders. You see now that that path is no longer guarded, and it's also the makeshift fence that was there has since been cleared. And you can see in the background there looks to be a small awning of a cave mouth through the trees. And you guys, who just loaded up this map, I'm sorry to do this to you. That was just literally just a segue map.
Segway map.
Segway map, exactly. And this is what you stand before as you come to that
Loading.
clearing.
Ooh. Cool.
You might notice there's a table here as well. Pay no mind.
I like it.
This makes things a little more centered, and it should make placement of your minis easier too.
Oh my, this strange land has such a weird treescape of solid oak on all sides. How odd. And large people sitting at random spots. How weird.
This
That's what
is
happens when
a.
you roll like a 40 on your perception. You
I
see
know, right?
weirds.
I'm
Well,
but a
look at
beast.
the big scary cave.
Okay, does anybody
It
else
is
see
a.
a face? Is it just me?
See a what?
Face in the cave. Is it just me?
Oh yes, it is definitely a face in the cave. Is this cave? What is this cave all about, Monsieur Gragaf?
Does the cave have walls?
This here is one of the 7 caves. Taking it all the way through, from what I understand, it leads a relatively straight path to Zolanberg.
Oh, it is the proverbial shortcut.
Right you are.
It sounds perfect to me.
Yes, the cave should have walls.
Yep, has walls.
Okay,
Oh.
mine looks like that.
Nope. I have walls on mine.
Ah, I'm just special. Okay.
Basically, any part that is dark black on your map, Cody, would be a wall.
Here, I'll tell you what. Cody, if you want to look at that, that might help.
Ah, so nice.
That's got to be some kind of a setting. Let's see here. So, what could that be?
Yeah. You know what? It's all labeled as rock. Do you have yours set to anti-Malcolm character? Is that is that a setting you have on there? No. Yikes.
No.
Sorry, low-hanging fruit.
I
Had to
have
go for it.
everything set to medium, so it's not even high.
Man, Rock's about to start and everyone call him Rock Torrent.
For shadow quality.
Hey, look into this.
Shadow quality is medium. Should I just turn that low?
Yeah, try low and see if it does anything.
Ooh, definitely looks different, but there's still no walls.
Maybe just some of the assets didn't load for you for some reason.
It's weird that it's
Yeah,
only
those
happening.
assets they tend to.
That happened for you last time too, Cody.
It did, yeah. I think it's just something about my computer.
It's got to be a certain setting or something that we can tweak.
I will work on that another time. I can imagine walls, especially with Steve sharing a screen.
For all,
Well, you
you
can
know.
also look at the stream if you need to.
Yeah.
Ah, I forget that I can look at that.
And just for reference too, like on your side of things, like literally the darker gray or the black area of that map is literally all walls. So from like a top down perspective, the light cobbled gray area is.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was what the case was, but
walls help. They do. 3D walls help.
Yeah.
You do see a bit of what looks like a stone face in the cave, yes, as you approach it.
So this is one of these 7. They are combined, all 7 together, a cave network.
Aye. Rumors are there are trolls in these caves.
Ever seen one?
Well, I've never been to the caves. But have I seen a troll, are you asking? Yes.
I meant in the cave specifically, but it helps to know that you know what you're doing.
Well, what are we waiting for? I think our mission is clear.
Right.
Travel to the spooky caves.
Let me at least be one of the forward members of the party. Perhaps someone with a
Certainly.
better eye best be along with me.
I'll follow along with you on atop Pyrex.
This way I can take some potential attack and you can spot it beforehand.
Gregus also volunteers to be a front runner. He's a definitely tanky style character.
As we approach, is there anything of note? Anything that indicates traffic recently? Like any monsters or even that troll, even the giant that we scared away? Like anything like that might have come through here?
It's rather breezy. You see things like leaves and sticks blowing around inside the mouth of the cave, in and out. You can also see that it's rather damp and dark inside of the cave. There's a faint smell of something cooking. It smells like a mixture of different meats.
Cooking? Who's cooking?
It doesn't have a pleasant smell to it.
Rock.
Like, okay.
Rock, you don't. Or actually, does anybody speak Gobbish or something of that kind? Just in case.
Do I speak Goblin?
Yeah, does anybody speak even remotely similar
Mm.
languages?
I speak Common, Elvish, and Primordial.
I do not.
Came in handy earlier, but not now.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one way to find out. In you go. Good. I have your back.
Dulce raises an eyebrow, kind of sleepily grins, and seeing the glow that Phyrix gives off, he walks forward slowly into the cave, the mouth of the cave.
And Pyrex will trot along beside you.
Getting the sense, stealth probably not gonna really happen too much, unless anybody wants to.
I'm gonna stealth.
I will too.
It's been a while since I rolled.
I'm riding a literally
23.
flaming horse. There is no stealth for me.
Do you? Okay. Would you like?
The back team can be quiet. We are Team Panther Force.
Satu, you move
Silent but deadly.
oiled smoke through the cave.
Yes.
Would you like us to go first before you walk in there with your horse?
I don't know if going last or going first is
Just to scout out. It's always a good idea.
I'll follow a bit behind.
All right.
In that case, I will try and stealth as well.
Solitude, as you and Lyra begin to creep into the entranceway of the cave, immediately you're startled by a rather large troll walking past what you see is your line of vision through the hallway here, with a rather
I
large
rolled 24.
elk or stag slung across his shoulder. Calmly walks across the hallway, not noticing you, and you hear the sound of like some kind of burlap or large, thick fabric curtain being pushed to the side, and the troll making his way into what sounds like another area of the cave.
Okay, I'll sneak up a tiny bit more, see if I can see where he went.
And you can see that there is some kind of other hidden room shrouded with some large, extremely large burlap curtain.
Okay.
While Solitude sticks to the left side, I'll stick to the right so she can look right and I can look left.
Clear the corners, rookie. Clear the corners.
And Lyra,
I'll
as you
pop my little. Okay.
You're all good. Go ahead.
Nope.
Lyra, as you look around the left corner there, you can see that there is some kind of a other room, and all you can really make out from a quick glance is that there's like a table in the center of the room, and various crates and storage components surrounding it.
I whip out my book of shadows and my amethyst pen, and I write to Tyrus, one troll on the right. We'll keep looking.
Passes it on. To
XOXO. Sneak over here and gonna get behind the wagon if I can, and see if we hear or see any. I figure, or what do I know about trolls? Are they typically solo dudes or families, or
It can be both.
looking for signs of multi-troll, looking for multi-troll versus single troll situation?
Certainly smells like there could be multiple trolls down here. As you got deeper into the cave, the smell of dung is thick in the air, as you do know that trolls, they kind of make their business wherever they need in their own home.
Falls where they stand, gotcha.
Yeah, they wouldn't fall after the, don't shit where you eat rule.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'll slink over here and see, like, squat down, hands and knees, and look through the little tear and see if there's anything hiding behind that burlap sack area.
I would like, before Solitude goes up there, to kind of snap my fingers to get her attention a little bit and cast Minor Illusion as one of these little crates, kind of like this, but just sitting here, and kind of step in there and step out just to show that, we can hide in there if needed.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the minor illusion too. I like to make a minor illusion box and hide behind the box and then look through here.
They're solid vibes.
I'm
How
totally
how do
picturing-
you look through there? Are you just looking through the various rips in the curtain? Are you peeling back the
Through the
curtain
rip.
slightly?
No,
Alright.
hands and knees through the rip.
Okay. As you
If you
crouch
make a
down,
good perception check, Lyra, and you might be able to tell if Solitude has a tail.
make a perception check, Liren, and make a perception check, Solitude.
Oh
I'm
my.
stealthing myself.
You guys are by the way, I
26.
want to encourage you guys to make checks of your own doing. I think Malcolm
Dang
did
it,
it
21.
earlier. That was pretty cool. I liked it. I dig it. I'd like when people do that. So feel free to do that. Don't feel
Okay.
like
Oh, that's rare.
you're not
That's
allowed
awesome.
to do that.
Everyone else earmuffs it.
That's why
I'll
I
message.
I
I'm gonna
asked
direct
just in case
direct
some
messaging
people
you.
don't like that.
Oh, I think it's pretty cool. Impromptu. If it happens like 50 times in a session, I think it could get taxing. But if it's 1 or 2 times in a session, 2 or 3 times in a session to add some flair and flavor, I really do like it. So
That's pretty fun.
All right, so she has a thin tail that stops right before you get to the end of her robe, and it's got little black barb at the end of it, a little black point at the end of it, purple, light purple.
Oh. Delsey immediately vomits at the thought of the solitude with a tail.
What?
No, I'm joking. It was a joke.
Solitude, you see underneath the rip
Yes.
in the curtain a two-headed troll carrying around a dead human in relatively common armor by his ankle, dragging him around the room. You see blood leaking from a wound in his chest, the size of the large stone-headed club that the two-headed troll has in his left hand.
Okay.
You
With
also
that
see-
information, I'm going to run back. Oh, sorry.
You also see in the center of the room what looks to be a large makeshift cauldron. In it, some kind of dark black substance with various body parts of humans and other creatures, what looks to be perhaps a dwarf or two, as well as a few animals. And you can see he takes a small, strong waft of it, waving it in as he drops the human he's dragging, bending over his
Okay.
creation.
Slinking back over here, I'll fill in Liren on that and sending spell to Tyrus, along with a ... Well, you should sneak in if you can quietly. They are both in their rooms right now. Excellent.
They're ready for us to follow. And apparently these trolls are not picky eaters. Ooh. Let's go.
What do you
And
think, Liren? We can get the jump on them?
In the room behind you in Solitude, Lyra, you see on the table what looks to be a small box with some kind of insignia on it. Can't make it out from where you're standing until you walk up closer. You see that it looks to be some kind of a small Celtic cross of some kind. And there's also a black bladed dagger sitting on the table, as well as some kind of a small lantern.
I'll motion for the group to come in and sneak into this little room over here to hide. So, like, over here. Well, there's a chest de treasure as well.
You can also see that there's some kind of a dull light coming off the blade. Like a faint red.
Ooh.
This is something that we might want to check out and not leave it in their possession.
I can take a look at it later.
Yes, not now. This is not the time.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do the magnifying glass thing?
M.
M. Ah, okay, thank you.
Glowing dagger, among other things.
Do we hear any kind of I guess conversation or talking, or is it mostly quiet?
If you listen in closely, you can hear the grumblings of the first troll that you saw, or that Solitude and Lyra saw walk past. Something about tired of the same old meat. And they're just long, drawling complaints about bland tasting meat. Same old meat. Never changes. Always the same. But it's in a broken kind of common. You can hear, uh, you know when you know hear or see a bunch of words spelled out, and there's a bunch of letters that are scrambled around and misarranged, but you still understand because you can
Yeah.
understand 80% of it. Well, that's kind of what's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on here. Mixed into this common tongue are like orc words and goblin words and giant words, all different languages. It's kind of a mixture, but from what you take away, he's tired of the meat that he's eating. The complaints
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think that
bellow
we
throughout
should.
the cave.
I think that we should get the drop on them while we have it.
I actually agree with Solitude. It stage whisper. Belse is whispering, but I'm not obviously. They seem to be killing innocent people. Perhaps it is best we rid the world of their filth, as it were.
And I don't think we are getting through here undetected regardless. So, kill two birds with one stone, as they say in Faerun. And she'll cast Armor of Agathis. Ching! Frost covers her and encases her in frosty armor.
Lyran will cast Mage Armor.
Let's say the rest of you.
Rock
Never
will.
waste the element of surprise.
Yeah, Rock will unsheath his sword.
I agree.
You see
We should
Bluey's
probably-
coils around his wrists begin to glow that faint blue.
Let us kill then the monster immediately to the entrance. Yes?
hmm
How many were there?
There are two, but one is two-headed and is larger and carrying a big, nasty club. He is in the room. I'll point out the room. The smaller one is over here. I think that is the one that says we should take out first, and I agree.
Shall we go then?
We are going to get in.
As you guys debate which troll to attack first, you hear a great roar come from the two-headed troll room. And some kind of a smash as something crashes against one of the walls. What sounds like bones breaking. Presumably the dead human.
Jesus.
Let's start there.
hmm
All right. Move this way, I suppose.
I love finally being able to see these maps. It's great.
I'm glad you're able to enjoy them now, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Does anybody have? Does it look like anyone has anything that can like kind of do a decent surprise amount, like a surprising amount of damage, I suppose?
A
Oh, wait.
shocking instantaneous damage.
Because I can like run in. But, you know, that's not stealthy necessarily.
Yeah,
Need to be fancy about this. Simple
it's just
is
bust
always
in.
better.
Yeah, Rock will wash his blade black, casting Shadow Blade.
Yeah, you guys are unseen, so you absolutely have surprise. If you want to all take an attack on him at the same exact moment, you can just go through a round of attacks on this two-headed troll, and then we can begin initiative.
Nice.
If that's the plan. You guys are trying to ambush him.
Yeah. Ooh, while we're here, though, I'm going to take a quick peek through this burlap bag right here, burlap wall, see if there's anything waiting to jack us over there.
When you look through the room, you kind of look around to all sides. You see that really the only thing that stands out is what looks to be some kind of a cave exit. As you see that there's a crack of light shining through. It looks like
Okay,
daylight on the other side, and also 2 chests sitting in the corner of each room.
Okay, I
Or
give the party
corners,
the
each corner of
all
the room, I
clear,
should say.
the OK symbol. And was there a chest in that other room too?
Which other room?
The one that we were just in. It looked like there was,
Yes,
right?
there was.
Okay.
Yep, there's a
Oh, I'm
chest,
so happy.
paintings, some
So happy to be an
texts.
amateur rogue. Okay. All right. Well, I got my Eldritch Blast and Hex ready, so let's do this.
Yep. Would I be able to get in there for a melee attack, or do I have to throw javelin for surprise purposes?
His back is turned, so if you want to get in there, what I'll say is you'll have to sneak up to him. For that purpose, roll a stealth check to do so.
I mean, I'll let the ranged people do their thing first. Then I don't need to get in there if it means screwing up surprise for everybody else.
Very wise.
So I'll let everybody else
Okay.
do their thing.
Then I'll blast him. I'll blast him.
Go ahead and take your
I can
ranged
get that
attacks
off.
at will there, ranged people.
I'll go with a Toll the Dead, Wisdom save 16.
Simple.
No need to go in order. You can just cast them out, and we'll
Yeah.
count the damage. I'll let you know if you need any AC checks.
Damage.
I believe it's dash advantage on the init join for advantage or advantage on initiative.
Yep. Dash ADV.
Can I get a wisdom saving throw from him?
Damn you.
Shit.
Know my weaknesses already. A lucky 7 that is not so lucky.
I guess since I'm going last, it's 2d12.
With the dash ADV after the init join, Cody.
Okay.
Or
And
17 necrotic damage.
I'll just do this because it looks like people are rolling inits here. That's my bet.
Did I do it right?
It looks like Solitude did. Oh, you might need to update your character too.
I typed it and it just didn't do anything.
It could have been because the channel might not have been in combat. I didn't roll the I begin command before you guys were doing this. I was waiting for all the attacks to come through.
Wait, it's not. Oh shoot.
You also forgot your apostrophe. I think.
So what you want to do is exclamation care, CHAR, and then type in Lyra-Nathile.
Oh, not me.
And for you, Steve, you just init join, and it should let you join now if you didn't already.
Init join.
There we go. Hey, here we go.
All right.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
I did 2. I hit twice with Eldritch Blast. The first one was 10 force and 6 necrotic for a total of 16 damage. The second one was 12 plus 1, so 12 force and 1 necrotic. So 16 and 12. No, 16 and 13. Sorry, 16 and 13. 29 total.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And that was a 7 on that wisdom saving check for you, Rock. I don't know if you
17 necrotic damage from the Toll the Dead.
got it. Anybody else do damage to good old 2-headed troll here?
I did 16.
6, 9 force
I
damage with a
missed.
magic missile.
I did 16 with a firebolt.
Okay. 16 and 9. Alright, is that everybody ranged?
Is everybody? I think.
Oui, monsieur.
Bluey's gonna follow suit with you, Belse, if you sneak up and attack, by the way.
Alright,
I'm with you,
I
Belse.
will. Let's go. And Belse will run in with a swipe of his blade, feeling just a little more confident in his strikes. $21 to hit.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check as well as we sneak up there.
Right. Oh, I'm so good at these. Oh no. So it says, okay, just so because I'm not super familiar with the disadvantage system on Roll20. It shows disadvantage next to stealth. Does that mean I still have to roll it twice, or is it just accounting for that? Or not Roll20, sorry, D&D Beyond.
It is definitely not accounting for it because it looks like it only gave you one roll.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it just like I don't know. But
Picked
well,
it up
6.
automatically. So Bluey is going to see that you misstep, and he's going to pull you aside past the little stone steps that go up to the cauldron, so to speak, allowing you to hide momentarily as the troll scratches itself, taking several attacks moments later. But you're pulled aside just enough where he doesn't see you, and as he turns his head back on what he was focused on, you can make your attack. The 21 to hit, which would definitely hit. You can roll your damage.
Alright.
Bluey's gonna make a unarmed attack.
Wow, terrible roll though. But I am gonna burn a smite on that.
And another unarmed attack for...
And also not very good. So 6. Wait, how much was the damage? So 15 total with the stealth smite included.
All
Damage.
Right. 15 on top of 28 from Bluey.
Damn, nice job, Bluey.
All right, I want to say that this barrage of attacks causes him to drop his weapon. One of the attacks hits him on the funny bone in his left elbow. You hear a roar of pain come from both mouths of the troll. And with that, we will begin combat.
Let's go.
And it should be Rock at the top of the order.
All right, we're gonna go in. We're going in with attack number 1 from the Shadow Blade for a 13 to hit.
The 13 will miss.
And then on the bonus action, we'll attack with the new short sword. Or scimitar? Is it short sword or scimitar?
It's a short scimitar.
Short scimitar.
You were right on all accounts.
Natural 20 on this one.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Yep.
swinging around. It's gonna be 14 total. 13. I added the 1. Okay.
Awesome.
That's gonna be me. Was I supposed to roll initiative for Firex? I forgot about that. Or does Firex just go after me?
I think we're doing same turn, but you could roll initiative. You got a character sheet for Firex, don't you?
I made one, but it is a little awkward.
Know your horse, bro. Know your horse.
Yeah, the shifting
Alright.
back and forth between characters can be as simple or difficult as you make it inside of Discords. You just, in order to do it after Rock's turn, you got to switch to Firex and vice versa.
You could make it an extra. Couldn't you make it an extra in your possessions?
I did make it an extra.
Okay.
Initiative for FireX is a 7.
I think it's gonna overwrite your initiative though,
Oop. I hope
because
it
you're
doesn't
making an
overwrite.
initiative check as Rock.
Oh, that's goofy.
You just roll like a roll check for her, like not an initiative check, like R space D20 plus whatever her proficiency
Like
is.
that. That's rolling from her sheet, essentially.
Got it. I was saying more so like in the chat, exclamation R space D20, and then it'll come up as
Oh,
just a
+2.
standard roll, and that is your checks.
Okay, got it. And she will try to stomp on him if she
Right.
can. That's gonna be a 13 to hit,
And that will miss.
and that's all she's got. That's gonna be her. That's me.
Right, with Rock and Fire Extend, that should be Tears up.
Alright. Let's do Scorching Ray.
Good one.
So these will be 3 individual beams for a 17, a 17, and a 24.
Yay.
Nice.
Do the 17s hit?
Yep, both the 17s will hit.
All right. The first one does 6 damage. 4 more for 10. And 4 more for 14. Fire damage. And that'll be it.
I like your avatar on Discord.
Oh, the little dice fox.
Her face. Your Tyrus face.
Oh, for Tyrus. Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty dope.
All right.
How do you pull up the initiative order without accidentally re-rolling your initiative?
Exclamation I spaced list.
Ah, okay, thank you.
All right, so I believe that is me next.
It is indeed.
All right, excellent. Seeing that this thing is overwhelmed, I don't think it's going to need too much extra on my part. Step right here, and I've heard trolls don't like fire, so let's give it some fire. That's a 28 to hit.
Oh, yes.
Damn.
For some 14 fire. And for my bonus action, I do nothing because, yeah, It's good. I'll just sit here.
You hear both mouths of the troll scream and writhe in pain as the fire hits him. And that should be Belsay up.
All right. I am. Did it look like the fire did pretty decent damage?
Yeah, you see char marks all over where the fire hit him, and you can still smell the smoking flesh in the air.
With that in mind, Belsay is going to swing his sword, but pull up short, and instead you see green flames leap out from the blade, as the blade itself does not pierce, but instead a green flaming blade does, and as he casts Green Flame Blade.
Green blade.
Did I say that? Oops.
No, you said it right. You said it right.
Oh. Oops, I rolled damage on accident. How do I roll a hit on that? On a hit? Wait, sorry, it doesn't have a way for me to roll it as to hit. So...
Yeah, just roll the weapon damage, because it deals weapon damage initially.
Oh, it hits regardless?
It basically does whatever your weapon does plus a D8 fire if you're level 5. So whatever your weapon is. What weapon are you using?
It's a long sword.
So just roll 2d8, because Green Flame Blade is just a weird spell.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
Extra 1d8 fire damage on hit.
Yeah, and I guess a 12 from the 2d8? I'm sorry, I'm a little confused.
So whatever the first die is would be your slashing damage, and the second die would be your piercing damage, or your fire damage.
Oh, okay. I understand. Sorry, I'm not used to casting cantrips as a paladin, so cool. So that did damage, I guess, right?
12 damage.
Yes, I think so. Sorry, this is not super clear on the sheet. So anyway, that was my turn.
And Bluey's going to make 2 unarmed attacks. For 23 damage total. Let's both land home. And as he does so, he's going to leap up onto the... I'm gonna describe this after the cool rose. You see, he's gonna leap up onto the cauldron, and with the first blow, he's gonna throw a strong right hook at the troll's right side head from Bluey's perspective, and that face is gonna crash into the left head, and almost with lightning-like speed, he throws a left hook at the same time, and it's so fast that he hits the left side of the left head while it's colliding with the right head still, causing a major headache for our troll friend here, as both of his heads smash into one another from the respective blows, and he collapses to the ground unconscious. And as you look down, you can see that there's no rise and fall in his chest. You also heard a disgusting crunching sound as Bluey's metallic knuckles struck both sides of the fleshy troll head.
Awesome. Is the I'll take a quick look behind me. Has the other troll clued in? Is he running out?
It has not reached his turn in combat yet, so he is not doing anything at the moment.
Okay.
You see no signs of the other troll behind you, Solitude.
But we are still in initiative.
100%, yep.
Who's next?
Solitude, I think you are actually.
Oh, me.
Unless,
TR2. TR2 is next.
yeah,
Is that the one we?
Almost
we killed?
as if on cue.
Ah,
yeah, sure.
Coming blasting out of the burlap comes troll number 2.
ah.
And he stops in the middle of the we'll say the large room in the cave. He sees an interesting sight ahead of him, several adventures and his felt companion.
Darren will smile and wave. Like, oh,
Smile
Another.
and wave, boys. Smile
Hello.
and wave.
You hear that language you heard before, complaining about the same meats, always the same, never different, no change in the various goblin, giant, orc, common tongues. And hearing you speak in common, does his best to reply back in common, mixing in a few goblin words here and there. You killed Two Head?
Yes, we did. Do you want to join him?
Wow.
You leave, I take 2 head meat. I give no problem.
Hmm. And what will you eat after that?
Og like human.
Ah, of
2 head
course.
no share human. Og eat deer. Og eat boar. Og eat stag. Og grow tired this meat.
Ah, yes, but human is much better tasting, isn't it?
Human tastes good. Especially fat human.
Goodbye, Og. Switch.
Well,
I'm bonus action switching hex over to him.
well, Og, that's an unfortunate taste that you have.
What you eat?
Not human.
You should try.
Maybe another time, Ugh.
Well,
For now,
you leave or we fight.
Won't be a fight.
Og want meat.
You're just about
meat.
to go down. And you're going to smell like burning flesh just like your friend.
Jesus, Laren.
Au
Wow.
revoir, Og. Oh, he's running in.
You see
Damn, he
rush
ran
I
at
love it when
me.
the tokens move.
That's cool.
I didn't say anything. You ran towards me.
You're the closest, like right in front of him. So
Yeah.
Just travel with the wrong
Wow.
pack, that's all.
You were standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's awesome.
He swipes out, making 2 attacks with his claws, trying to pull Orochi in for a final 3rd bite.
Oh.
Damn.
So I'm gonna do 3 attacks here. Let's see.
Oh
3
shit.
attacks is too many.
Yeah, that's one too many.
The
Roach-
Two
trick
attacks
tag.
I'd be fine with.
Rochi does not like the sound of this.
It was all well and good when Leon was talking shit, but now that he's attacking me,
Troublesome,
Things are different
troublesome
now.
indeed. And you have a 24, a
Ooh.
25, and a 21 coming your way.
Yeah.
nice. I'm glad I got the new armor.
All right, and this is
The only
the 2 swipe attacks coming your way.
Jeez, only Rock would
5.
have avoided this.
And a 7 for a total of 12 from the 2 swipe attacks and the bite. crunches down on you.
Oh, the bite.
For a total of 11 damage, dealing 23 total.
Damn, Rachel.
God damn.
Ooh.
God damn. God damn.
Fortunately, he lets go of you as he turns his attentions elsewhere.
That was nice.
Just out of curiosity, was Rock? Wait, how much damage did that last? How much damage did that last attack do? 11.
The last attack did 11 damage. The bite attack, yep.
Is not Rock? Sorry, Orochi within 30 feet.
We got squares on the map, so we should be able to see 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4,
This-
5. I want to say yes.
Let's see. Immediately after an attacker deals damage with an attack, you can use reaction to force the attack to make. I need him to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Damn you!
The troll.
Me and Malcolm have discovered my weakness. Oh my
Oh,
god.
a 0.
Straight natty 1, so that's a crit fail.
He's going to take 11 radiant damage as Belisay reaches a hand out.
Let's make that 22 radiant damage.
22 radiant damage as as radiant bloody teeth suddenly appear in the air and chomp down on the arms of the troll that just bit down on Hirochi.
You hear him howl in pain. Oh!
And blood drips from Belisay's arm as it happens.
Ooh, cool.
Solitude sees that.
Oh.
Says, well, shit. Moves over here. And she will fling 2 Eldritch Blasts at him. Ooh, natural level 1. And a 14. Does a 14 hit the troll?
14 will not hit the troll, and your natural 1 will go flying the direction of Lyra.
Oh, no, Lyra. Désolé. Doing a whopping 10 force damage.
That?
Sorry. It's a bad round for Solitude. That's my move action, bonus action. I'm done. At least it wasn't hex damage too.
Could have been worse. And it should be Lyra up.
That. Rude. And she glances at Solitude for a sec, giving her the watch it kind of face. And she will point her hand towards the troll and cast a guiding bolt for a 19 to hit, and that is indeed at 3rd level.
And that strikes the troll head on.
For 23 radiant damage.
Wow.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Ooh, and it's radiant, so nice.
Bonus action. Oh, nope, I already cast a spell, so never mind.
Alright, with that in mind,
Take a
it
couple
will be
specs back.
Orochi's turn then.
Orochi, you have
Alright.
advantage.
Yeah, he's gonna crack his. Well, he's not gonna crack his knuckles because they hurt so much. He's going to. He's going to use the. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Damn it! But this is going to be good. He's going to use Hexblade Curse on the troll, and he's going to try to make 2 attacks. 2 Da, 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 da. Where's the tab? That was my
I'll be right back,
advantage I
guys.
rolled. Okay. And so he hit for. So I guess he hit for both. And now I'll roll damage. But I also want to put a Eldritch Smite on one of the hits. Sorry, give me a second. So that is for the two hits, that is the two hits, that's 22 points of damage, and then I'll roll the smite damage. So the smite damage is 3d8. That came out to be not enough. Jesus.
I hate
14
when that
points
happens.
of extra damage.
That's a lot of
So
damage, though.
for a grand total of 36 points of damage. And oh, I forgot something. And
Did you roll your hex damage?
no, that's what I'm doing right now. So I guess you'll add 6 points to that because I get a +3 to damage on every hit. So add 6 points of that for a grand total of 42 points of damage.
A whopping 42 points of damage on the
Ow.
one-headed troll from Orochi.
Yeah, he's kind of pissed.
And do you stay put where you're at in front of him?
Yep.
Got it. And that should be Rock back up at the top of the turn order.
Wow, this guy's still up. Holy crap.
We're coming in. Coming in hot with the flank. Shadow Blade attack. Show me something. 14 to hit.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh, nope, still 14. It's an 11.
You misses.
Bonus action. We're going to attack with the Fire Blade. For 25 to hit.
Trusty Fireblade hits.
Trusty Fireblade for 9 damage. 8 piercing, 1 fire.
All right. With that, I believe it is Tyrus' turn.
Fire X.
Oh, Fire X's
Sorry,
turn, yep.
almost forgot. Fire X is gonna try to stomp on him,
Give him the hooves,
and she's gonna
Fire
miss. I'm rolling like terrible tonight. Just don't worry about me.
I love it. It says hooves. That's cool. Awesome. All right, Tyrus, that should be you up then.
All right. Stop about here and actually reach out and like put a hand on this big nasty guy and cast a shocking grasp. For 25.
Brave Tyrus.
You see Tyrus reach out and grasp as electricity just springs from her hand, shocking the troll. He begins to
Range
convulse.
and backing up a little more. That's all.
That's right. It can't take reactions.
it cannot. That's it.
And that should be Lyra up.
Indeed. So the first thing I'm going to do is look over at Orochi here and cast a healing word at 2nd level.
Ooh.
Orochi is appreciative of this.
Come on, why is it not rolling? Okay, it lets me roll a healing word at 1st level, but not at 2nd level. So I will just cast it twice, I guess.
Do it.
But okay, so it's just 3
Yeah.
on the second one, so total of 9 healing. And for my main action, 9 healing. And for my main action, I am just going to firebolt this fellow. This gentleman. That is 27 to hit.
Firebolt.
For 20 fire damage.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Ridiculous.
I've never seen
Isn't it?
max damage firebolt like that.
That's awesome.
As it
Yeah, it's pretty good.
crashes into him, go ahead and describe the method of his demise there, Lyra.
All right, with one hand, my left hand, I'll reach out to Rochi and say, "Be healed," and then with my right hand, simultaneously, I'm gathering the bolt. I can talk. Words are hard. And as the troll turns to me, toss it out, and the firebolt goes straight in his mouth.
Ooh.
As he snores. And I just say, "I told you would burn like your friend."
Wow.
As he swallows the firebolt, you see him have this reaction, almost like the worst case of heartburn possible, as his stomach begins to glow a bright greenish red as it tints to a different color, and then erupts in flame, and he just bursts into a pile of fire right as Lyra says this.
Big eyebrow raise at Lyran. Are you enjoying yourself, Lyran?
Her face flashes in the firelight.
I just smile. He got what he deserved.
Okay.
Remind me not to
Well.
anger you.
Yes, we're glad you're on our side.
As you look around the two-headed troll's hovel, you see several dead bodies, several humans, a human woman, 2 human males, a few decomposed body parts, a few rather large skeletons of beasts and creatures laying around as well.
They have any form of identification on them, family sigils or anything like that?
Unfortunately not. You do recognize the armor of the human man as that of a Breelish encampment. But that's the only recognizable clothing or markings that you see on any of them.
Should we bury what is left of them?
Let me perform a blessing, and we can. Belsay will pull the bodies out into this main, this area out here. Kind of off to the side a little bit. He'll line up the bodies and he'll slit each of their wrists and then take some of the blood that isn't coagulated and sort of dip 2 fingers into it and then trace it across their eyes so their blood covers their eyes, and he just kind of kneels down in front of the bodies. He also lines up the body parts as well, and just kind of prays over them quietly, with the blood dripping from his hands, and he kisses his fingers, and then he gets up and goes about helping to bury them best they can.
You see a solemnness and a respect in how Belsay performs these actions.
Is there any interesting loot around now that the solemn part is over?
Yeah, there was something about a red sword.
There's
Yeah.
also
Sure.
several chests as well.
Cheers. Grab that
Chests,
one, if I'm
yes,
not
yes,
mistaken.
yes.
Or did I hear that
I'll
wrong?
go.
I probably would have taken it to look at later, yeah.
Yeah, I think you said you put it in your bag or something. Well, I should ask you, how did you grab it? How did you take it?
Tyrus is a careful girl. She probably would have not actually touched it. She would have used a cloth or something.
And having used that cloth,
She's a
you
smart
felt
lady.
something as you touched it even still. And were happy that the cloth lay in between your hand and its handle when you placed it into your bag.
Thanks.
Thinking most certainly I'd like to investigate this more later.
Do I get the feeling, thinking about it a little more now that I have some time, that it would be harmful for me to touch it now that I can consider it?
You've heard tell of cursed blades in your travels. And this certainly gives off the feeling of one.
I see.
Though you don't recall any stories about them being harmful to the touch. Just the fact that they're not always useful in combat due to their volatile nature. In a pinch, I should say.
Okay.
I'll go over here and investigate this box, the Celtic cross on it.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I will help with whatever
Is this a
solid.
bone or a scroll? All right, but yeah,
Scroll.
investigating the box.
That's a
Oh,
scroll.
that's a scroll.
A scroll bone.
A scroll. Look, I found a scroll over here too. I guess that
Scrum.
means we should search the room. But I guess I'll first look at the box, and then I'm gonna check out the chest to see if it's trapped.
As you open up the box, you see two small, dull gems on the inside.
Ooh, pretty gems. And the box is quite nice too.
Yes.
I think we should take both.
Well, the trolls certainly aren't going to use it.
No.
Ooh.
All right, and help me with this chest. I am not the best at traps and so forth.
Certainly. From a distance with a mage hand, we can try to open the chest.
No, I'll open it, please.
Oh, well, what did you want
Just
then?
let's just look and see if it's got any crazy riggings and traps and things like that.
Oh,
Needles that are going to poke me, or
I will check for traps, mundane or magical.
What's the area that spell covers?
No, she's just literally just looking. She's not casting anything.
Oh, I see. Nothing in the
I
nearby area.
I will assist.
Nothing in the nearby area. Nothing that's.
All right, here it goes. I'll try to open the chest. Is it locked?
It is. Yep. You can see that there's a small padlock on it.
Damn right, it's locked. 21. Might use tools.
You're able to pick the lock deftly.
All right, I lovingly open the chest and look inside.
So you open up the chest, you see that there's a rather ornate-looking golden amulet, and it's solid gold. The chain, the locket itself, and the locket looks like a large teardrop. Underneath the amulet is a beautiful-looking gold cuirass. And
Someone
it,
who's
too,
got our group
does look
gold,
like
our group
it's
treasure.
solid gold. I mean, as you pick it up, it's
Okay.
very, very, very heavy.
Well, yeah, they hit the jackpot. And I'll root around a little bit more, make sure there's nothing else in the chest.
Okay. I'm so
Hmm.
sorry. Run that by me again. It was a golden curious.
Gross.
And a solid gold amulet. And the locket itself is shaped like a teardrop. And this would be considered heavy armor.
Yeah, damn.
The locket?
Oh, the cuirass.
Oh.
It's like a big breastplate, basically, for lack of a better term.
Oh, damn.
That's wow, and it's solid gold. Holy crap.
For some reason, I thought the curious was like a cup.
Is there
Wow.
anything inside the locket?
Oh, you look for like a clasp or some kind of an opening, but it appears to be just a solid gold teardrop.
It could be magical, so I suggest we, pile all this stuff up when we get to a safer place and examine. I'm going to give the room a quick sweep, and then we'll go to the other room that had the other chests.
With the last sweep of the room, the only other thing you notice is a painting in the corner that stands out as something of value. All of the casks carry either water or a faint mead.
Yeah, Lyran's
I'll
already in the
message
other room.
spell Orochi. Orochi, there's a nice piece of art here. If you want to stuff it in your bag, might be worth something. Reply to this message.
What is it?
A nice piece of art.
For those of you familiar with King Baron Irwinard, you see this as a portrait of him.
Who is that?
He's the King of Sharn.
Oh.
Oh, I know
Does
that.
it appear to be valuable artwork?
Looks to be. Yeah, it definitely looks like loot.
Yeah, I will put it in my bag. If it will fit, that is.
Doesn't look like it's going to at first, but sure enough, down the hatchet goes.
Yes, sir.
Art objects.
I'm just picturing you bending it slightly
Oh.
just to make it fit.
What?
We could remove it from.
You said the king. I'm gonna write this down. What is it painting of? Who is it a painting?
King Baron
It is a-
Irwinard.
Yes,
I'll put that
Baron
in the chat.
Irwinard, the king of Shan.
No idea how to spell that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
It is a tough one.
How do they say in Faerun? And we're gonna make something up.
Yes,
Oh.
we will pull it out of our asses. That's what we say in Faerun.
Well, before you
I'll be
guys make
honest.
your way into the other room, after having checked the cave over carefully for
Gonna say,
the remaining
while they were
loot.
doing that, I was gonna go here by myself, kind of split the party before they could get here.
You were headed for that
there we
other room with the other chests?
Yeah, before they could get here.
As you guys make your way into that room, I'll give you a few moments here. We'll go till 11 and see what you guys can find in this room.
Lyra, do whatever sneaky, creepy stuff you wanted to do before we got here.
Says that in Solitude's voice, but in John's mind.
Mhm.
First thing I would like to do, as I get to the chest, I'd like to come to the side and literally just stab the side of the chest with the dagger.
And you feel your dagger sink home into solid wood.
And I would resheath my dagger. Can't be too sure, you know. And see if this thing. Let's see. Trolls probably don't have traps, but I would like to check it just in case.
You
Is
check
that
it for traps and see that it's just a normal chest.
okay? I would like to open it then, unless it's locked. Is it locked?
It doesn't look to be.
Okay,
There's
I
a
would
small
like to open it.
clasp that you are able to open up. It's fastened. You unfasten it, and you lift open the chest to reveal several dead rats pounded
Ah,
into smithereens.
I know someone who would like that.
A few of them have their tails removed as well.
Wow.
I will just shut that and prestidigitate some of the smell out of the air from opening that,
And yes,
and immediately come to this other chest. This one as well as unlocked.
looks to have no lock on it as well.
I will repeat the motion stabbing the side of the chest and then proceed to open it.
As you stab into the chest, you hear a retch and a scream as the mimic reveals itself.
Yeah.
America.
Whoops.
Wow.
Drop a mimic there for you.
Ew. That's ew.
It's cool.
That's so much grosser than I would have thought.
And with that being said, I'll have you guys roll
I need
initiative.
to roll an attack for that dagger damage.
Yeah, please do.
I sort of think you willed this
9.
mimic into existence.
Nope.
9 piercing.
I absolutely planned for there to be a mimic there. 100%.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not lying. And the funny thing
Okay.
was, he completely chose the right one last because it was this guy here in the corner.
Awesome.
I dig it. Right, let's see here. So we should
Comes
have.
apart. I would like to, or comes out. I would like to shout out. Got a situation.
An incidental, you hear Lyra shout out from the other room. Exactly what she does, and everybody can roll for initiative before we call it a night, and we'll resume this battle at the beginning of next session.
I am in the very wrong direction.
Just gonna add Bluey here.
I'm in the wrong fucking room.
$30 initiative.
Time wizards.
Damn, everyone had pretty good initiative.
Bluey just rolls nat 20s. Look at that.
Is there a space for the dash
She
ADV?
got a damn 30?
Yes. Yep. Space, then dash ADV after your command.
Wait, why are we doing the dash ADV?
That's if you have advantage on your initiative roll. So you do
Oh.
Oh wow! I rolled a 5, y'all.
init join
Wow.
space dash ADV.
Well, I will never have that, so I'm not worried.
Well, maybe someone will give it to you someday.
Maybe.
But
Probably
get the
not.
Alacrity does now.
Oh, great. Wow.
All right, we got Gragas in there. We got
Yeah.
everybody else.
Wow.
Is that
Well,
what
with
we
that-
decided to do with Gift of Alacrity?
Yeah, because we couldn't
so,
figure out how to
yeah.
do the plus out the additional D8.
Yeah, because we tried to do it during the rat combat, I think.
Mhm.
And with that one stab, Liren kills the mimic,
9
and
damage.
combat is over.
Does it in?
Wow,
Very
it was on
anticlimactic.
death's door the whole time.
Well, as always,
Our
thank
party
you
is
guys
so spread out.
for an amazing
awesome.
session. It was colorful and eventful, and a lot of role play. So very, very rich on that side of things. I'm excited
is
as you
how
guys
we
head
do.
towards Zolanberg for you to see Zolanberg. It is the largest map we have played
Cool.
on so far. It should change us from some
Wow.
interludes and changeovers and map changeovers. So it's a pretty large place. Feel free to explore it as you will. But I'm excited for next session and for the Tournament of Champions to see what happens.
Looking
Sick.
forward to it.
Wow.
Awesome.
All right, everybody.
Nice.
Catch you next week.
All right. Good
Yo.
night.
See ya
That's
next
great.
week.
Next time on D&D.
Dun, dun, dun.